Peggy 12.
Does not seem appropriate. Really outweighs the result. I've run a full analysis. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. You might call it physical amnesia.
Hello, everyone out there. I hope you can all hear me. Give me a moment because, as usual, I have to make sure that the audio is correct. And actually, I have a friend with me that I'm going to kind of push over, so hopefully you can see him a bit better. Hopefully he doesn't fall over. There you go. Hey, Luigi. Whoop. Oh, Luigi's been drinking a bit. Hold on. Ah, let's try to... Yeah, maybe I should put him closer. That might help. There we go. There he is. Starting to be kind of a little less like Luigi and more like Weekend at Bernie's. Perfect. Okay, so we have audio. Awesome. I am so hyped for this because literally just for the sake of charity, I've had this game. I've wanted to play it, and I literally waited an extra week just so that we could do this stream properly. So without further ado, welcome everybody to this special live stream. I'm referred to as Side Pocket. I'm one of the two co-founders of DCG 201, formerly known as DEF CON 201 or DC 201. We are a computer hacker collective group that is located in Jersey City, New Jersey, hence the 201, the area code. We normally meet up third Friday of the month. We actually had a meeting yesterday, and in person it was actually really cool. We got to see Johnny Mnemonic, and I taught some lockpicking. It was really fun. Unfortunately, due to a bunch of stuff that happened on our end, because we're hackers, so that means none of the technology works, we couldn't get the stream running for the meeting. Here's that Reggie meme of me just... So this is kind of me making up for that, even though I didn't intend to. But regardless, if you want to know more about us, because I don't want to waste any more time, you can always go to our website at defcon201.org, as you see at the bottom of the screen right there. I just put the link in chat. And you can also follow us on a ton of social media. I think our two big ones are Twitter at defcon201.nj, as well as defcon201 on Instagram, GitHub, hostducks.social, and Mastodon, which we have to update in a bit. All of that. If you want a whole master list, not only can you go to our website, but I just posted the link of where it is supposed to be in the chat. Now, before I continue on, I just want to mention that this is a particularly special stream because we are, 1 second here, there we go. If you haven't noticed with the giant bar above me, all the way up until the beginning of November, we are attempting to raise at least $600 for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. organization that's across the United States and Canada that basically makes sure that kids, the hospitals who treat children, whether they have pediatric wings or dedicated hospitals, actually get supplies, that the workers there are like not being worked to death and things like that. And even before the pandemic, this had been a huge struggle. But especially now with the pandemic, and also America, we have no insurance in this country. Trying to get kids not to be sick is a mess, whether they have disabilities they're born with, or they contract something like the current plague or something else, or they get injured or whatever. So we thought that we would give back this entire month by trying to raise all this money by doing crazy stuff. And if you want to donate, and here's the thing, I would love to reach the $600 by the time we get to the end of this, but dead serious, uh, we've done these charity runs before, and every single time what really pushes it over is individual people just donating $1 or $3 or $5 or something like that. So you don't have to break the bank doing it. If you want to and you can, that would be amazing, but any little bit counts. Also, it's entirely handled through Tiltify, so we don't touch any of the money. It's been handled by a trusted third party. And let's say we don't make goal. Let's say we make something like $599, PlayStation 3 meme price. All the money that's donated, even though we didn't hit goal, is still going to be donated to the Children's Hospitals for Sick Kids. We're going to be constantly bringing this up during charity. Right now, Binary Badger is the head donator at $20. If you want to donate, if you're on Twitch, we have a Tiltify widget where you can donate directly right there on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, let's say you have your phone, we have a QR code in the corner that's going to be up at all times. You can scan that and donate directly. And trust me, this is not a hack. This is an actual QR code that Tiltify provided us. And ultimately, I'm going to be constantly posting the link in chat to the charity where you can donate. And again, if you donate, it's like the same way when you follow, like, or subscribe to us on Twitch, D Live, or YouTube. When you donate, we also get notifications for those, and I cheer you on, and I get to do more goofy stuff. So why are we doing this live stream? Because I really want to get to not only playing this game, but also the speakers. Well, I'm a huge gamer, by the way, if you haven't noticed, but I'm also a really huge Metroid fan. I'm also a broke Metroid fan, so I don't have many things, but I am a huge, and I just realized I left 2 pieces up there. I'm a huge Metroid fan. So thank you, Professor QAnon. Ooh, that's a name, but hi, I guess you're the guy who teaches all QAnons or like deep programs, I don't know, but thank you for following us on Twitch. But anyhow, hey, I'm a huge Metroid fan, and I wish I kind of did an E3 live reaction, because my face looked very similar to all the other reactions, such as Maximilian and Some Call Me Johnny. Like, I was just like, huh? What? I heard about there might be like a sequel Metroid game that's 2D. Hello there, Factorial Zip. And I'm just doing the intro here. And when they showed Metroid Dread, I absolutely lost it. I'm like, wow, they actually called it the name, and it looked gorgeous, and I just loved everything about it. And it's like, it's coming out this year. I can't wait. And I already decided right then and there, I'm going to live stream this for charity, in addition to just me freaking out about the game. And just to give you a little example of just some of the things, because remember, I'm a broke person that I own for Metroid throughout the years. I dug some of this stuff out of my closet. So, the one of the few surviving GameCube games I have, ironically enough, is the Halo Killer, which is Metroid Prime Echoes. So this is the original GameCube case with its disc. I thought one of these cases might have had, because I have Metroid Zero Mission for GBA, but it's floating around somewhere, I don't know. That's Scientology. I covered sociology. Oh, we follow you guys. I love that. Yeah, you do like that podcast stream, and you kind of dismantle all the how QAnon operates and how cults operate. We love you folks. Thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoy the stream, even if we don't, if someone donates $5, I'll automatically be happy all stream, but I just hope this goes well, and I'm so hyped for this game. So yeah, this is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for GameCube. But I haven't missed out on a bunch, because I also have from the Wii, the Metroid Prime trilogy in its steel case from when it first came out. Beautiful, beautiful pieces of artwork. This is kind of giving me like an excitedness of where I hope this unboxing is going to go. And remember discs? Remember when you used to play things on discs for all you Switch owners? And you remember game manuals where they actually tried to explain the game for you? Like, this is how old I am. I am super old, and there's art stickers in the collector's edition and stuff like that, and this little timeline thing on the other side. This is one of my favorite Prime possessions. I don't know if I scanned in the Club Nintendo thing in there, although that's been dead, so I guess I have a number for free. Um, okay, so that CTF ended at 11 p.m. this morning, our time, Eastern Standard Time. So it's already ended. It literally lasted for a day. If you do want to get to CTFs in the future, our next big one, unless we find something in November, is we're doing one in December, and that one's going to last a couple of days. So just let you know about that. But continuing on Metroid, underrated game, completely unrelated, underrated game for me personally, and something that if they made an HD remake of this, I would buy it again. Is Metroid Prime Hunters for the DS. This was actually the first game I owned for DS. It was a beautiful time. I went to Nintendo World, now called Nintendo New York, and I got a Nintendo DS Lite with Tetris DS, Metroid Prime Hunters, and I already had a special edition of Brain Age, an early release copy, when I went to the Game Developers Conference that year. So this was really fun. Yes, next time. And anyone can join when you do CTF stuff. So I just want to let you know that even though I couldn't find everything, I am a big Metroid fan, so I've been excited for this. So I will show you what I got. So what we're going to be unboxing before we get into the stream and get to our guests, and yes, it's going to be on Discord. We'll make an announcement for that in December. Is not just Metroid Dread, but the Giant Special Edition. This is the stuff that I have here. I actually had a friend of mine hold it on for me, so I paid like normal prices for this. But I had a friend get it in his name, and then I passed. I already paid for it, so he just went and picked it up. So shout outs to my friend. I'm not going to dox, but it's this amazing queer gamer group who was willing to book this for me because I didn't have the line stuff for pre-order, but I had the money to do it. This is not scalped. This is like an original thing. Already, before I even unbox this is absolutely freaking beautiful. I love that Nintendo is actually like putting marketing effort into a franchise that I love. First Luigi's Mansion, now Metroid. Not just any Metroid, but 2D Metroid. I I can't wait. And by the way, I have played all the 2D Metroid games. It's just the stuff that I had on me that I could find at the time were all the Prime stuff. And in addition to that, because I'm a dork and I can't stop collecting these, we have the NFC paraphernalia, aka the amiibos that come with this that are specifically made for Metroid Dread. And it comes with a Samus and an Emmy, and we're going to unbox these right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, and give me 1 second because I have to do a little bit of a do-si-do, and then you guys are going to get a little motion sickness as I move the camera around to a better position to unbox. And then hopefully we'll see what's inside. And by the way, I've seen the trailers for the game, but I've kept myself mostly in the dark. Outside of the trailer you just saw, which was the launch trailer, as well as the first two trailers, the two official trailers, the E3 announcement and the other trailer, oh boy, let's play the chord dancing game. You didn't think you'd see my forehead so intimately, right? I've kept myself in the dark, so I don't know what any of the spoilers are. I have no idea what's going to happen. All the stuff, my reactions is literally going to be my first reaction. So this might be familiar for all you people who are familiar with my other show, The Master of Unlocking. And by the way about that, there will be no Master of Unlocking next week. It's going to happen this week, so it's not going to happen tomorrow on Sunday. We're moving it to next weekend because I had a crazy week between the meetup and doing the special stream. But let's get to the unboxing. So, I want to play this game and I want to talk about privacy advocacy. So beautiful, beautiful. I think you can get posters on Club Nintendo for this. Like this is. So I'm gonna try to be really careful with this guy, and I have my pair of scissors here. I'm gonna actually tilt this a little bit more up. There we go. And it's funny because the way cameras work, where everything's backwards, I have to actually do this upside down. So this is the top here. This beautiful hollow foil. I don't know what it is because you can also see it on the amiibos too and the posters. But Nintendo for Metroid has been obsessed with hollow foils, which is like the sort of like kind of fake, sort of like holographic sheen to it, like when you get like a special edition like Pokemon card, or if you're super old and lame, baseball cards. So I hope they continue that trend whenever the hell Metroid Prime 4 comes out in probably like 2028 or something like that at this rate. So I just cut this top part here. I honestly, I've never seen anyone, like, I haven't even watched unboxing videos of this. I'm literally going into this completely blind. I actually don't even fully know what comes in the special edition. So we got this up, and it seems like there's like a tray you pull out. Oh my god, this is freaking gorgeous. This is, I don't even know how to open this properly. This is, oh, look at this. It's like I bought a console. Oh my god. Holy crap. What the, wow. And it comes with its own little cardboard case thing, like I just got like high classy food or something here. Like, look at this. Look at this gorgeousness. Over here is a steel book, and I think these are the collector's cards that we're going to look at. So, tiny, tiny, super lightweight. This is a beautiful looking steel book. I'm actually going to open it upside down so you can see how it expands to like the full art. And inside we have a glassy thing, and there it is. There's the card case. Really blurry because it's not focusing properly, but there it is, Metroid Dread. No logos or anything, just the text logo. I'm going to take this card out now, and I'm going to place both of these on the side. Actually, at least one of these on the side, because I'm going to put that in the Switch later. And it's kind of fascinating when you compare it, because it's like, here's the steel book for Metroid Dread, and then here's the one for the Prime Trilogy. And so I also like this trend of, like, you know, it's like, I guess, Alien and stuff, so it's like, we need to have the steel books just for the Metroid series. I love that. That's just so cool. I'm going to put this back in its sleeve over here. So that's the steel book. And over here, I think are now, from what I understood, there's like these collector cards where it shows like the history of the series. Like there's a card for each game. Oh, here's a cute detail. There's actual, hold on, this is cool. I don't know if you can see this well on the camera, but maybe if I angle correctly, there's little cutouts of the background for the key art. So, let me try to find this. So you know how, like, for the, where am I going? For this box art, and you see all the Emmy robots in the background? There's an outline cutout of it in the actual cardboard tray. So even the cardboard had detail and attention and love being brought into it. That's just nuts. This is definitely... Like, I'll put it right here. It costs, this special edition, if you can get it, costs $90, but it should really be called like the premium edition or the ultimate edition, because they, like, this is already impressing me, and we're barely halfway through this unboxing. So here's going to be the difficult part where I attempt to cut the plastic here. I'm probably having like professional collectors like cringe at me opening this, although I am used to opening, I'm used to doing not only video unboxings, but just opening packaging in general. So we're going to take the plasticine out here. And now we have the black mate that will probably collect all of my fingerprints and dust. Because in a hacker household, that's all you have is fingerprints, dust, and USB cables. And it's sort of like a glittery sort of tone look that I don't know if it picks up on camera here. And I would say at 8:25 we're actually going to start the live stream. So here we go. These are the cards. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, man, nothing special on the inside of the sleeve. Let's see here. We have Metroid with its glorious pixel art. And then we have the OG box art for Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, which was remade into the excellent 3DS game Metroid Samus Returns, which is made by Mercury Steam, the same people who made Metroid Dread. So good on for you. Especially good on for you because I know you tried to do good things with Castlevania, which is another series I liked, and Konami just kept shitting on you the entire time. So good on you for like proving yourself that you're just not like, oh, that's that people that made weird Castlevania. Like, you had talent there. And then we have the non-logoed box art for Super Metroid, probably not only the most famous of the Metroid games outside of the first Prime game, but also one of the, what do you call it, one of the, like, most people consider this the best Metroid of all time, although I have friends who have played Dread in completion, and they either put Dread right behind Super Metroid, or it's actually replaced it. So I'm very nervous playing Metroid Dread, because this is going to probably be very emotional for me. I also like, so far with the cards, you have the different, like, visors, so this is like the pixelated front visor, and then that was the visor style for that box art, and then the visor style for this one. Let's see, this is only the 2D games, there's not going to be any Prime sort of thing. This is the OG high-end box art, and there's sort of like a gloss to all of these for Metroid Fusion right there with that key art. And then finally we have the key art for Metroid Dread with the new visors. There's nothing special on the back. They're just stock cardboard on the back. But overall, that's pretty neat. I like this as like little like history museum thing, and of course, you know, gamers and collecting cards and things like that. You know, they trained us. They trained us as kids with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and it's just like everything else. They've just aged everything up to where we are. So that was the cards and the steel book the game comes in. But there's something else in here. Let's find out what this thing is. It's really heavy. Oh Lord. Ah. And that's all she wrote. That's what's left in here. Gonna close this back up. That probably at 8:30 we're gonna go through this. So this Teffin Shonker is the art book, and I believe for Metroid Dread. They've titled it Metroid Mission Logs, Journal of Missions, or maybe it's not just Dread. Maybe this actually chronicles the entire story of the series so far. So let's take a look at this, and then I'm probably going to put it in another protective plastic bag and seal this away for all time. If I was rich when I was like younger, I would probably get one that would be at least this stuff would be unopened, and then have one that I would use. But I'm broke, and I also take care of my stuff really well. So you know, I'm doing this I'm not going to resell this stuff anytime soon. Like even if I was homeless, I'd still have this in a baggie with me. This is just me being an obsessive fan. Maybe I'll leave the plastic on in the meantime. Oh, this is beautiful. It's also kind of weird because you guys are looking at it, these folks are looking at it the right side up. I'm looking at it upside down. Oh, there's stuff that folds out and stuff. Oh, oh, the Japanese titles, and sort of that key artwork. Oh, these are the concept arts for the enemies. Oh, so it really does go through. Wow, this is like a 400 or something, 200, 400 page book of just all the concept art. Let's just skip around throughout the series. Oh, wow, this is gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to sit down and look through all of this. Obviously not. I think we just hit the Samus Returns part. Obviously not here because we have a whole game to get through as well as some special guests that are probably eagerly awaiting. But yeah, you get a lot for this. So in this, not only do you just like the outside cardboard and inside cardboard has a lot in it, but we got the steelbook and the collector's cards and this amazing art book. Holy crap. And I was so hyped about that I also forgot, and this is the last thing we're going to do, are the amiibos. This is the amiibos for this, and actually there's going to be some sensitive information on the back that I'm going to cover here. This is what it looks like on the back where it explains that one's a Samus and one's an Emmy. Now, I never quite know how to open these things. Basically, no matter how you open them, you always end up like horrifically destroying the packaging. So what I'm going to do here, if I can do this correctly, is I'm going to do one corner, and then I'm going to pop this part here, and we're going to see if we can do it in like a certain peel. Yeah, believe it or not, there's kind of like an odd science to like doing like unboxings, especially with this type of packaging where like essentially you end up kind of destroying the packaging, getting what you want. And it's just me kind of retaining as much as the packaging as possible. So now that that's open, this back panel part should pop out somehow. It's been a while since I've opened amiibos. It's been like at least 2 years. Ah. And I like that this sort of acts like a little kind of display stand, so I get to keep the key art here. And then it should, they used to, yeah, these fold out in the back. That's how you kind of remove them from the packaging here. I really put them in there this time. And this is probably, now the camera is really terrible at close-up zooms, and then of course you have the little filament, so you can't just scan the packaging. So what we have here is we have Samus from the game in her new suit that I don't even know what the name of this is. And what you can't see here, I'll take pictures of it later, is that this is so detailed. Like this costs the normal like 2 packs of amiibos are like $30 when you include the tax and whatever. But like honestly, I feel like these 2 packs are like worth it because like just look at all the detailing in it. It's absolutely nuts. And what's really detailed is this Emmy robot. And it has its red eye and it has the arm in the back. It doesn't, nothing's articulated on these, but it kind of moves. And it's just the detail is just absolutely fantastic on these. It has a completely different base. And you can see when I put it next to Samus, like how this is scrunched over. You can see how big this toy is compared to the toy that's next to it. It's pretty nuts. And just for a quick comparison here, I probably even the two rarer amiibos in this. I used to have a Smash Samus amiibo, but I don't know what happened to it. So this is from Samus Returns with her classic squat position. And then we have an actual Metroid sucking or humping on its container it's breaking out. And it's actually squishy. It goes squish, this part. And what I also find kind of neat is that the bases for both of these are the same for Samus, but the ones for the enemies actually are adapted to whatever environment they're in. So I just think that's really cool. So we'll check out the amiibo function maybe at the end. I don't know if we're going to use these ones or the new ones, but that's basically all the stuff I wanted to show. So what it's going to be now is we're going to go on a quick intermission. It's going to take a minute or two. I'm going to put on some more music, and I'm going to plug in the game, load it up, and then we'll be ready to go. So stay tuned. And once again, we are raising money for the Children's Miracle Network the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which assist in hospitals across the United States and Canada to make sure that various pediatric wings and children-centric hospitals get all the help that they need. This was already an issue before the pandemic, never mind during this pandemic. And so once again, I'm going to post the link in chat where you can go donate. And you don't have to donate a ton. You could donate $5, $10, whatever you feel like, $1 even. They add up. And also we're doing this through Tilify, thanks to the suggestion of Child's Play, which is a charity that's done by PAX East. About the PAX people, the Penny Arcade Expo people. And that, what do you call it? So the money's not touched by us. It's by a trusted third party, which is Tiltify. And even if we don't meet our goal, all the money that you donate, including the $20 right now that was donated by Binary Badger, it will all go to these hospitals to help sick kids during this pandemic. So I very much appreciate if we can even just get like a $1 or $5 donation during the stream, and I'm going to be constantly reminding that. So without further ado, we're going to go on a quick break. You're going to listen to some music for a minute, and we'll be back with some awesome guests, and finally Metroid Dread. So stay tuned, everyone. There's a little like Final Fantasy there. So as you can see here, we have the Nintendo Switch running, and we have Metroid Dread in its cart. Before we get into that, this is not just going to be a video game stream. Obviously, we are a computer hacker group and a hacker channel, despite what Luigi might tell you as he passed out over there, judging me while I play. And as I post the link again to where you can donate in chat, we brought on some special guests that will stay with us for a little while for the stream over here, and I'm going to check in on them now right after the word pops up. So we're just going to hear their voices. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to unmute this. Hopefully we'll be able to hear you. Can everyone do a shout out? Here we go. Hey, we're on. Can everyone say hi to make sure you're all connected?
Hello, hello.
Awesome. So, yay, we're all here. I will say beforehand that when I was doing this, I sent out a lot of emails. By the way, thank you for all of our guests here who patiently waited as I quickly unboxed and geeked out all that before getting the stream. But I emailed every single privacy activist and group that I could, and some of them couldn't make it. I planned for a lot of the people that I emailed. but I really feel like I got truly like quality over quantity here, to be honest. With you, I mean, everyone trying to advocate for privacy and better security on the internet is a winner in my book, but like I was blown out of my mind when I saw the people that we have tonight to respond back. So before we go into the game, I was wondering if everyone could kind of introduce themselves here. You could start in any order.
I guess I'll go first. I'm Nathan. I'm the editor of thenewoil.org, which is a website designed to help people who are not tech savvy take their first steps with privacy and security.
Awesome.
My name is Henry. I own a small team called Techlore, and we post content and we host a couple open source tools, and we just try to do our best to spread privacy to as many people as possible.
I'm a huge fan of your channel, so I'm really hyped that you're on here. I mean, I'm also a fan of New Oil too. But...
I'm a fan of New Oil too.
Aw, you guys are so kind.
Do we have some folks from the EFF here?
The real
Yeah,
one.
and I'm Matthew Griglia. I'm a policy analyst focusing mostly on surveillance and privacy activism at the Electronic Frontier Foundation.
And yeah, I will be attempting to work on the echo. There might be some points where the echo, it's not on here, it's on our stream, where it's going to be difficult if I'm like in the middle of really bad gameplay stuff. But we'll deal with it as it is. And by the way, for our guests, you can stay as long as you want. So if you need to, if you only want to shout out something for like a minute or 5 and bounce, that's perfectly fine. I'm just happy to have all of you on here. Like I really can't believe the collection of stuff. So. Without further ado, I'm going to go into the game and kind of start off the conversation here. So once again, thank you all for everyone to attend this sort of bizarre live stream where we're going to be watching a game while me playing a game, probably failing miserably while we discuss privacy advocacy. And first of all, real quick, anyone in chat, if for some reason you can't hear the game, let me know because I'm still adjusting volume on here. But the second thing is that, let me just double check something here. Okay, sorry, a little bit for that. It's right there. Okay, so it does work. Alright, so a lot of people are probably wondering on here, like, why, I'm trying to think of the right thing here, how do I connect Metroid Dread, like a Metroid video game? Give me 1 second, because I need to grab the remote. With bringing a bunch of privacy activist people on. Well, one of the plot elements that I know from the games is there's these robots. We actually unboxed one of them called an ME. And when I saw this in the game, and then I'm going to ask our guests some questions and stuff, is that the enemies stalk Samus around, who is a female bounty hunter around the game. They're indestructible. And they were originally sent, apparently, to do research on the planet we're about to explore, but then were corrupted for evil uses. So I just was thinking of like, piece of technology that was originally deployed for the good of mankind, that was then corrupted by some evil forces, whether it's a corporation or bad individuals, to then stalk a woman through various areas relentlessly. Where have I heard of that before? So I thought the theme that we could do here is kind of talk about kind of the struggles of trying to, you know, it seems like there's new technology that comes out every day, and every time it's like we just always expect the worst of it because of how technology is being used in nefarious ways. So I guess what I'm going to start off with is maybe something just more recent to everyone is, you know, obviously with 2020 that knocked all of our scheduling out and a lot of other people's craziness. So I wanted to ask is sort of, have you noticed that, does it seem like people are like more conscious now? Have you noticed about how their privacy is compromised using Internet of Things and electronic devices? Or do you think this is just like the end result of essentially the frog being boiled and the water slowed? Could everyone hear me properly?
Matt from EFF. I mean, I find that we are kind of just at the beginning of a really large social and political movement protesting against so much of the privacy that's been passed away from us for years. So, if you look, for instance, at the dozens of cities that are now passing laws at the behest of activists that ban government use of face recognition or government use of predictive policing algorithms. If you look at all of the pushing that's being done for consumer privacy laws in California or the biometric privacy law in Illinois, I think we are just starting to see a giant movement of people who are really expressing that they're fed up about the harms that this kind of technology is doing.
I would agree with that. I think something I'm noticing is, from my perspective, it seems like a lot of people are aware of privacy, or becoming more aware of privacy, and they're concerned about it. They just feel, I notice a lot of nihilism. A lot of people just feel really helpless, like they don't know where to start or what to do. And this is not a plug for my site, but that's actually why I arranged my site in order of like most important to least important, because so many people just feel so overwhelmed, like I don't even know where to start. And yeah, I think that's another big issue we're facing on top of that.
Something else I'm noticing is a lot of people, I don't think, know the steps they need to take to truly improve their privacy. And what ends up happening is the people who have the ability to influence those people are taking advantage of that. You have these companies who are really putting time and effort into the marketing of privacy. And I think they're doing a very successful job of convincing people they are being private when they're really not being that much more private. That's just something I'm noticing from a lot of big tech companies who are really investing in the appearance of privacy for their consumers because they don't know any better. They want to be private, and that's something I think a lot of people desire. They just don't really quite know how to do it.
Yeah, and one of the things that I keep talking about with when it comes to like one of the reasons why I like, for example, that privacytool.io is amazing. You can type it in chat. Really amazing resource if you want to know how to expand. It's the IO. It's like a master list of all the stuff that you could do and extensions you can put in your browser and programs that you could use. Because the kind of the crazy snake oil thing we're in now is that like Microsoft and Facebook even say with all of their new products and features, we have your privacy in mind, your focus in mind, when like none of them do. So you can't even go on for word whether it's an independent project or from a corporate entity if something's actually private or secure or not, because all of them are like that, called the each of that. And so that's why it's very important that we have activist content out there, debunking all of the false claims out there, and like properly doing audit checking, and actually properly educating, like how to do your own research to figure out what stuff is compromised and what isn't.
I feel the EFF does a great job with that too. They're always the ones who seem to be reporting. Apple says we're releasing this new privacy tool. EFF comes forward and goes, well, here's actually what it's about, and here's what it does, and here's what it doesn't do. And I feel like they give a really balanced perspective on a lot of new issues, which is really cool.
Yeah, and I think what we're noticing at EFF is that the boundaries, the traditional boundaries between kind of commercial privacy, things like Facebook tracking you so they can sell that data to advertisers or whatever, and government surveillance, things like those agencies by and those boundaries are secure. So the more data that is being collected from you on Google, on Facebook, the more likely, more easily that information can be enhanced. So we are, our teams, our consumer privacy teams, and our government surveillance teams are slowly merging over time as
I just wanted to stop to point out two things hilarious from the game. I love that. I just saw a fun Easter egg, or when they did like computer analysis of the Metroid enemies, that they actually used those OG sprites from the games. And I also know that Metroid takes place in a fictional universe, because I just want to read the sentence here. They said that the only thing that saved me, it's like the first person about the protagonist, was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA. So I know this is a fictional game because even in the future space world where there's crazy aliens and virus and trust in vaccines. Just thought I'd point that out because I thought that was hilarious. So I guess the next question that I would have as we kind of get into this, where I believe we're going to see the evil enemy robots shortly after we get this intro, is particularly starting with the pandemic. What have you seen, if anything, that's improved in terms of technological privacy or security, whether it's a technology use or a law? And what's been the most nefarious thing that you've seen, whether it's a technology or a law? I thought I would just have each of you go through your picks.
I think I'd have to think about maybe I'd have to think about nefarious. I think the best thing I've seen from my perspective is just the general value of privacy has gone up. Like, especially the big thing that comes to mind is with everybody working from home now, there was a real big push for people wanting their privacy, even for a reason just as simple as I want separation of work and home life. You know, now that people are working from home, they don't want employer spyware and all this stuff because they want to have that right to turn off their computer at the end of the workday and be with their family, which, you know, of course they totally should. And I don't know, to me it was just really nice to see that rise in people caring about privacy, even if just for that reason. Nefarious I'd probably have to think about, but what comes to mind mostly is this employer spyware I just mentioned. You know, a lot of I worked from home for a couple months at the height of lockdown. Unfortunately, my employer did not, you know, everybody go download this thing. He did have he upped the meetings to 2 a week instead of 1, but yeah, he very much trusted us to work on our own, and I was fortunate, but unfortunately a lot of people are not. So that was very messed up, and I was not happy to see that spike.
I think in terms of nefarious, two of the most irritating things I've seen in the past year, the first is the use of COVID relief money. You know, all of these like millions and billions of dollars being funneled out into the country that is supposed to be used for public health, becoming a big cash cow for police departments who want to buy up a bunch of very nefarious surveillance technology. With really very little even pretend excuses for public health. You know, very early on in the pandemic, you saw all the police departments saying, you know what we need to fight COVID? We need drones. We need more advanced face recognition. So that's one of them. And the other one I think is that everybody should be concerned with is the rise of these things called geofencing, which are, say, for instance, there's a fire at a house, an arson. Police can now send one of these geofence boys to Google. They'll say, Google, give me identifying addresses of all of the Android phones that would use the vicinity of that fire when it happened. So it's really kind of justifying and legitimizing what is essentially kind of dragging. We've seen these tools be used by law enforcement increasingly in the past.
Kind of reminds me of all the evil, the evil robo dogs, which I sort of love how, like, I feel like the reason why those dogs got put away was not because of like any sort of public concern, but the idea that if those robo dogs turned against their owners, they would be. I mean, there is a safety switch on them, but that they'd be basically hard to stop. They would cause damage by the time they were turned off, and like that's what made police departments kind of, I think, stop using them.
That
I might be
elevator
wrong
leads
with
to
that, but it felt like
an
that.
undercover facility. Signal quality.
I just want to point out the robodogs have not gone anywhere. My coworker and I were actually just talking about that last week, about one of them has now been integrated with
contact.
So
That was one of the stories.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's the they're like it's military, like they're, you know, the thing about Boston Dynamics is that they create these cute videos and stuff, but in reality, like the actual marketing pitch for them is they essentially want them to be real life Terminators.
Well, I will say that I don't think the armed dog was Boston Dynamics.
Yeah, so that's what's interesting. So Boston Dynamics has a very strict non-military policy, and the people who actually developed the robot know robotics, and for all we know, these companies work together for techniques. that's what I found interesting. Boston Dynamics supposedly promotes military. But again, I'm sure we're all very critical of that assertion.
Isn't that interesting that Boston Dynamics works with the military, but yet they're really cool with their technology being used for military purposes? I feel like that's just how it always goes. It's almost like an NSO. Like, we're not going to do anything bad with Pegasus, but we're totally cool with letting other people take Pegasus and do bad things. Sorry, that was just the first thing that came to mind for me.
But no, that's fine. And as I'm getting blown away by this cutscene here, because this is nuts, and also the controller vibrating, which is something I can't see on the screen. It's also kind of funny because, well, like one of the first customers for Boston Dynamics stuff is NYPD, and you do have to argue that with all of the three-letter agency connections that the NYPD has, they're like, oh, we don't work in the military, but at this point, with how big and like pure manpower operational NYPD is, it's almost like, what's the difference at this point?
Well, and Matt, go ahead, Matt.
It's worth noting as well that that's like one of these awful trends with these technology companies. You don't have a company like Boston Dynamics, and they'll say, we have a line in the sand. The one thing we won't do is this. And within months, another company says, oh, fine, if you're not going to make money off that, we'll do that. We have no problem with that. So whenever one company draws a line in the sand, another one is quick to move in and take up that opportunity.
So I was going to ask you about that, but it sounded like you're going to answer my question anyway. I wanted to ask, how often do you see this happen, and what's the solution to this kind of problem? Because you can't just say stop advancing technology to the world, but it seems like the further we push technology, the more it can be used for wrong. So I was curious, especially what your thoughts were on that, Matt.
I do want to make I do want to make a quick comment about that, because I was actually thinking about that today. I want to hear your answer, but one of the things that I feel like sometimes gets away when our group tries to do privacy activism is, despite us being a hacker group, people think that we somehow hate technology and technology progress, like we're Amish, and it's like we're trying to kind of educate that our problem is, we love technology. It's just when you make a piece of technology, you really have to think about what people or entities are going to do with it, and that's sort of the a lot of times when people try to they get problems, they keep throwing technology at it, when in reality it's policy of how we use the tech as opposed to the technology themselves. That's the real difference. We've also been trying to educate it. But again, Techler said, I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Yeah, I think the two methods that we have really been playing with recently are, identifying the funding streams through which departments buy some of this most nefarious technology. If you look at, the Chicago Police Department was able to fund an entire kind of off-the-books loan program based on money they had seized through civil asset forfeiture. So, closing the avenues of some of the weirder ways that police get money to fund this technology is one. But the other big number way we've seen a little bit of success in is called CCOPS laws, community control over police surveillance. And it's a very simple law that we've been able to help pass in a few jurisdictions, which says that if police want to acquire a piece of surveillance technology, they have to get city council to vote on it and to approve it. They have to create a guideline manual for how and when it will be used. And they have to open it up to public comment. They have to open it up so that people can come and voice their concerns about this technology. And that's been a really interesting thing, and we're only just seeing our first test cases now of cities that have violated this, of what technology and how they present to people. And we're going to get to see what happens in real time, so it's a really exciting time to think about this.
Sorry, I got a little distracted here because I'm having so much fun with how to controls. I am paying attention to what you folks are saying. It's I'm also this is actually we plan on future sort of gaming live streams like this, but because of how much a fan I am, this is probably going to be the last stream that I've done. What was I going to get to? So one of the recent things, if we want to talk about that's come out, is, does anyone want to give any comments about there's a laundry list of how awfully corrupt in terms of bottom line dollar that Facebook is, never mind all their connections with government agencies. But like the whole, I was not expecting to get like a whole whistleblower thing to happen. Does anyone have any like thoughts or comments about that whole incident?
I mean, I guess oh man, I have so many thoughts on Facebook, and very few of them are good. I'm definitely notorious in my social circles for being the guy who hates Facebook, and I don't know. As far as like the whistleblowers specifically, I feel like it was only a matter of time until someone came forward and said something. I guess it's also I think it's a good thing. You know, I remember when it first started, a lot of people were commenting and saying like, well, didn't we already know this stuff? But you know, it's kind of I feel like it's almost like the more people talk about this stuff, the more it becomes public knowledge. And I feel like the more that eventually pushes people to take action, whether that's leaving Facebook or demanding government action or something. Yeah, I guess that would be my thought on that recent event.
We might call it the physical laptop.
And one of the things that drives me crazy about what Facebook that a lot of people don't realize, and sometimes I even forget, is, you know, you have a lot of people who avoid Facebook, but people forget that Facebook itself is a giant company. So never mind that they have a bunch of spin-off and acquire products such as which we have our groups forced to use in order to promote, but like, you know, people forget they have, like, I know people who don't have Facebooks, but they have Instagrams, or they use WhatsApp, or they're interested in Libra or whatever. But that Facebook has also made so many technologies, and they've really tried to reach the bottom of the tech pyramid in terms of like being it's like what Microsoft did back in the day of being the base install for a lot of things, and the tech being used in so many programs. A lot of people forget that the problem is not just like Facebook, the social app, it's all of the tech that they made is so like ingrained to a lot of internet infrastructure that it becomes really tricky in order to kind of dismantle with that. For the people who are watching at home who might not be alert to this, besides deleting Facebook, is there any, like, I know we could be here forever on this, but is there any like tips they could do, like sort of like either like data hygiene or like some sort of like ways they could modify whatever browsers or change browsers that they're using to make their experiences even slightly better when it comes to tracking?
That brings me to your
normally a great
assailant.
place to
I am
start.
tracking the Federation
Sorry, are you
database
asking us?
against your video log.
Yes, I am
Your
asking us. The
content
game doesn't have any
result.
audio
The
features,
attacker's
so
identity
unfortunately
is
if I
not
talk to
yet
the game, it
clear.
won't respond to me. If I scream, it's because I'm doing a bad time at the game.
Okay. Pretty much, well, a great place to start is looking at your browser and what your browser is going to protect against. And I'm sure all of us can comment on different things because Facebook has several different forms of tracking. I'll just talk about basic Facebook trackers on websites, so Facebook Analytics. You can go on 10 different websites, maybe half of them use Facebook Analytics, and of those 5, Facebook can now gather information about what you do on each of those websites and tie that to, even if you don't have a Facebook profile, somewhat of a ghost profile. So that's one form of Facebook tracking, and a good way to prevent that is by using things like Privacy Badger. If you are using Firefox, you can also use Origin to block some of this, and also Brave does this out of the box. There are several things that you can do to pretty much prevent that, but that's one thing that Facebook does that I would say you should look out for, and I'm sure Nathan and Matt will have a few other things that Facebook does.
The big thing I wanted to add was you mentioned how Facebook owns all these other companies. Back before Firefox introduced their cookie isolation feature, I used to use a plugin called Firefox Containers. And the way that I used it was I organized all the big tech companies based on the different smaller companies they own. So, you know, for example, in my Amazon container, I had Amazon, I had and I think that was actually really eye-opening because when I did that, that meant that I had to go find a list of all these companies that Amazon owned so I could put the ones that I use in the right container. So I would actually encourage people to do that. On Wikipedia, you can find a list of all the different companies that Amazon or Facebook owns and Amazon. And that might actually be a really eye-opening experience. I would recommend doing that at least once.
Out of curiosity, what do you do with something like Signal uses Giphy, which is owned by Facebook? So, like, just out of curiosity, obviously it doesn't have an edge case, but what do you do for a situation like that?
Honestly, I'm not a big GIF user. I mean, I feel like the signal case is a specific thing because they made a whole blog post about how they
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they like go through a proxy. But I see what you mean. Like when you're using a service that also integrates with another service. I guess I try to avoid it as best I can. Like not to talk too much, but my personal philosophy is to use my mobile device as little as possible because you have more control over your desktop and you can do things like adding uBlock Origin or easily changing the browser and stuff like that. And so if I'm using those features, I feel like it helps mitigate some of that third-party tracking a little bit. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, one thing I do is, you have your phone with you a lot more often than your laptop for most people. So I think just like figuring out what of social media can live without, like, you have Facebook, you have you can access it.
Just to add to that, even privacy aside, there was a study published, I think it was a few years back, I want to say 2016, where they found that, they did some tests and found that just installing the Facebook app, your whole Android smartphone will run 15% slower. Just installing the app.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, so something else to think about, even from a non-privacy perspective, installing all these social media applications is normally invasive for your battery life, as well as the speed of your device and just how well it's going to function in the long run. So it's also it's a sustainability issue at that point to me as well, as someone who really cares about that.
I really quick just want to back up what Matt said about not keeping the app on your phone, because a lot of people I think fall into this really binary thinking of like, well, I need Facebook, therefore I need to have the Facebook app and I need to have, my real name and everything and this, that. Well, I think you have everything now, but the point is they think that they have to give it everything, whereas like, for example, my partner still holds on to Facebook because there's a couple of groups that's the only way she can keep up with their schedules because they only post on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace, unfortunately Craigslist is not what it used to be, so Facebook is kind of the de facto marketplace now. But she doesn't have it on her phone. She only uses it on the website, and I think a lot of people forget that is an option. You can take it off your phone if you have access to a computer, and now she gets better protection because she can access it through desktop environment, or she can use Brave or uBlock or whatever.
Sorry, I'm in a little panic mode right now. Yeah, basically this is like where I'm being now stalked by one of the robots. Speaking of these sort of robots and everything, it's also just been nuts to think that like when I was like just like the idea of like these like AIs that are like complex and can do all this stuff was like literally science fiction, and it's like it's weird rewatching all of these like old cyberpunk movies or like recently rewatched Johnny Mnemonic and the opening crawl where they described what 2021 was like. Outside the 90s, it wasn't too far different from what actually has happened now. So why would my next question I would ask from that is what have you been seeing as like the aggressors into like the evolution of these sort of tracking AIs and tracking like APIs and tools that it's like what's been the evolution of that, and where do you folks like what's not like a history lesson, but sort of like what have you been seeing so far overall, the progress of this, and what do you think like the next challenge with these are going to be? That makes any sense.
It does. That is a good question.
As I'm trying to figure out this mechanic right now.
Real quick, while everyone else is thinking of the response, I just when you said you were playing Metroid, I tried to play it in Prime, and I am not smart enough for this game. I just felt compelled to say that. I never made it past the first level. It's such a complex puzzle game.
I'm nervous because I've actually been told that this is the hardest of not only the 2D games but of the series. So, so I already made a gamble of not only do I love this game, but me like trying to live stream this specifically because apparently this game is notoriously hard even for Metroid fans. You actually probably saw me earlier in the stream get stuck in the area, and then I'm like, oh yeah, video game logic, glowy thing, shoot at it, and that blew everything open, and that's like the tip of the iceberg. It's I see. Okay, so charge up. There we go. Sorry about that. I essentially had to blow away some garbage. It's like what you do with compilers. I can ask potentially a more easier question while we figure out.
But for inviting me on.
Oh, and I got distracted a little bit and just died. But no, thank you so much for having me on again. Anyone can say for any length of time, I'll probably be streaming for like at least like the next like hour or three anyhow. So I'm just gonna keep the discussion until either you get tired of me or we have, you know, or you have to quit for something. I'm just happy that all of you are on. So thank you for, because we're gonna be doing more of these, like literally starting in January. I'm like every 3 months or 4 months, like whenever a big game that I like and can set up and play comes out, I'm going to be doing this for multiple different tech topics or ideas to, you know, especially when we're doing stuff for charity like this, which I'm reminding, that's why I'm streaming. We're trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the chat to go. What was I getting to? Of like, we're trying to bring people in of like, oh, cool, popular video game, and I'm a gamer, except I failed at like the first boss essentially, but sort of learning other stuff. So thank you for being on this and kind of making me feel vindicated, because I've been wanting to do this for a year, and right now it's going extremely well, especially with the awesome brain power of all you folks. So thank you.
I did come up with an answer to the question you asked, and
Sure, I'd love to hear it.
In terms of at least the second part, in terms of like what I think we have to be concerned about in the future is unfortunately biometrics. I think maybe I'm behind the curve, but I feel like that's the next big struggle we're facing, is because, and to the defense of people pushing biometrics, one reason they're pushing biometric authentication so hard is because people use really bad passwords, and therefore, you know, if they use a biometric authentication, that's better than a bad password. But the problem is that becomes like a way to track you, and if, God forbid, your biometrics get caught in data breach, then, you know, you can't change your fingerprint the same way you can change a password. But yeah, it seems to me like biometrics are the big thing now. Everybody's moving towards, you know, login with fingerprint, or, you know, I think Androids, or someone just recently got fingerprint scanning on their device, and it was either Android or, and yeah, it seems to me like that's where the next big thing is.
For me, with especially with the fingerprint stuff, is not only are you like for example, if you enable that, it's easier for law enforcement or just malicious individuals to just pull the fingerprints that you're using on the phone to use that. But I think this is also, like, using biometrics is that extension of something that has been driving DCG 201 crazy for a while, which is this idea of, like, passwordlessness. We're still trying to figure out what the heck that means. It's like, whether, you know, if you're using biometrics, that's still a string of data that something can be used, so at the technical level, it's still a password. It's just, I guess, technically more ease of use, but once again, not only are you trading essentially ease of use for your own privacy, but you're also kind of compromising your own security, because at least when it comes to fingerprints, the ease of use is something that can be easier, in my opinion, compromised than most passwords out there.
Yeah, so that's what I actually want to ask. You might have more insight into this, because
Sure.
they're not just uploading an image of your face to their servers unencrypted and just checking that and cross-matching them. Obviously, they're hashing things to some extent. And what's the difference between a hashed fingerprint and a hashed password? Is there any fundamental difference between those two things, or are they working on two completely?
There would okay. So if you're using the pure data that you can extrapolate from a fingerprint, like for example, one of the weird things about me is that I know every good and bad thing about not only the Walt Disney Company, but also like especially their like theme parks and like the history and stuff. I'm a big fan of a channel called Funkland and make recommendations to them all the time. But one of the odd things is that you I don't know if you've ever heard, because I don't know if you've ever gone to theme parks or Disney World or whatever, but they often request your fingerprint. And the weird thing about the way they do the fingerprinting tech for Disney is that they're not using your print. So allegedly towards them, they take your fingerprints, and apparently this has been proven in court, and like it doesn't save. Like once they scan it, they dump it, because what they do is they pick three specific points on your fingerprint, and that generates a number, and apparently it's so random that that allows them to process all of the guess, and it's that string of number being used. So if you're converting it like pure visual data for number data, there would be no difference. The idea with the security for the fingerprint is you would have other biometric factors, such as what, like for example, one way you could prevent like just someone taking a copy of a fingerprint or an image of it and putting it on the sensor is it might also be looking for a certain type of heat temperature or a certain type of moisture to determine that this is a real thing and you haven't like taken a dead person's hand or a copy and put that on there. But not only would that not be on most consumer products because they're trying to save money, so they're using the most cheap version, aka camera, but even those have been shown to be compromised. I don't know if you heard tech for one of my favorite compromises ever, which was Apple's Face ID, which part of their tech actually comes from Microsoft and their old Connect project. Apparently, they also look for not only the 3D layout of the face, but also a certain amount of moisture. And the way that people got around that was they took moist towels and arranged it in the rough shape of the face of the person, and that's what unlocked it. So they used the moisture of the wet towels with a combination of the overall 3D image, but it's towels, it's not the actual person's face. So even things like that, as extreme as that is, can be compromised. So it's really all about, well, I guess we'll get into that, but yeah, to answer your question, when it's pure data from something, no. Ideally, you would be adding other biometric factors, but even hackers and normal hackers and biohackers have also have looked into compromising those with success. I hope that answers your question.
That does, and the Disney thing was actually very useful because I've gone to Disneyland and they asked for fingerprint, and I said, is there any other verification method? I asked them, and they said they brought over a supervisor of some sort, and I asked again, and they said, no, there's really nothing. And I said, will you even take like a passport? I have a passport on me. Will you accept the passport? And they said, no, it has to be a fingerprint. So I was curious on how they handled that. So it's cool to get that information, and at least it seems to be more privacy friendly than I would have originally expected, which is they just store the raw image of my fingerprint indefinitely.
Oh, there's other ways, and I know we're going on an odd tangent about Disney. We're talking about Disney with privacy and security while playing Metroid. But two things about that. One is that there's other things that seem more privacy invasive, although the thing about Disney is they're honestly, I feel more safe with Disney's safe, I'm using air quotes that I'm doing on camera because I don't want Disney to have my data. But in terms of like them being neurotic about hackers and like the severity of breaches, Disney actually has a better track record than not only most tech companies, but even certain military protocols. Like it's ridiculous. They're like that's kind of their exchanges because they know how much data they retain. They're also like super neurotic about it. But the other thing, if I may ask, is what year did you go where they absolutely insisted on having a fingerprint? Because I do have an interesting comment.
That was 2019. I think mid to late 2019.
That's really fascinating because if you ever decide to go in the future, because I don't know if anything's changed since 2020, but in my opinion, you should have kept pushing for that because they do have it in their protocol where if you can't accept a fingerprint, they will allow you to use ID. It's just all your methods are slower now, but that's supposed to be a second option. And from what I was aware, they still had it in 2019. So either they were trying to pull a fast one on you with there, or maybe they were dicks and they just changed it. Because I don't know if they even changed it in terms of 2019 to now. So.
I never followed up on it, so I'll see if there's anything on their website in their terms and conditions or privacy policy or anything like that, and I'll take a look. But yeah, I just took their word for. I guess that was my mistake. I just took the supervisor's word as the company's policy, which might not always be the case. So
Yeah, and that should be interesting too, because Disney's also gonna rock about if they screw up, they're kind of like, we will try to apologize for you in the ultimate way possible. So I don't know if it's statute of limitations on that. If I can change subjects, so we just encountered in the game one of the enemy robots. It was a beat-down kind of old Atari ST version, you could say, of one of these, but there's more terrible, lethal ones. I think we're actually about to encounter a proper good boy one. Yeah, this is the one from the trailer. This is the one I'm going to actually going to pause it here because I'm going to actively run away from. But so for a lot of people who don't follow DCG 201, we do a lot of like outreach for sex workers when it comes to like how world governments, especially the United States, manipulate laws where basically they want to do overall privacy laws, so they use sex workers because they know that like people won't care for them, and then once the policy is adopted for sex workers, they easily spread that to all parts of society, so they essentially use them as a scapegoat, but also just to make sure of like that, like, you know, a lot of them get hacked and they're safe and stuff. And so again, the thing about the Emmys is you have all these like tracking bots trying to chase our protagonist, who just happens to be a woman, a kick-ass woman, but still a woman. And you know, that shouldn't matter in society, but welcome to humans. But one of the things that drives me crazy is when I meet a lot of sex workers and when I introduce them to a lot of privacy advocacy stuff. I've actually recommend your videos, Tech Lore, and After looking at, because I had no idea. I feel stupid about the new oil things. I'm gonna recommend that now as well, for real. I was blown away seeing the content on the website. Um, but that I'm often been told that we are like the first, like it changed their opinions about what hackers are, because most of the times when they first encounter hackers, they encounter malicious hackers. They encounter hackers that use mainly loopholes and stuff like Instagram, let's say, to hold their accounts for ransom, to get money out of things or extort for blackmail. So like it's this kind of weird thing where like we try to put outreach, but because of bad actors and how the media talks about hackers and private and like advocacy people, like their first experience is bad, so they ironically do this thing. And I've had people say like, wow, I didn't realize I was doing the same thing to you, what a lot of people do to our field of work. So I just wanted to throw out there that that's sort of, you know, when we talk about privacy and advocacy for it, we have so many people from so many different backgrounds that we really need to think about like what sort of audiences we're going for. Like, are we talking to people who are abused minorities? Are we talking to people who are well off and maybe completely unaware that this stuff happens in their hometowns? And I just wanted to bring that as a example that our stuff in the group does. And I didn't really have a question for that. So I can come up with a question and then I can try to run away from this to answer if you don't have any follow-ups for that.
I don't have a follow-up, but unfortunately I do have to get going. But it's been so much fun to see what this is about. I never even heard of Metroid before I joined this, but it's really cool to see unboxing and the gameplay. So yeah, just thank you so much for having me on, and I'm really honored to be here. And thank you so much for all the work you do as well.
Yeah, no, Tech Lord. Like, thank you. I even before co-founding this group, I've been a fan of your YouTube for years, and I would say just the work alone, and that was something I was going to bring up later. We could talk in the future because I would love to have you back for a bunch of other things, and vice versa if you're even willing to. But just the work that you did alone with trying to figure out all the crazy policy stuff that happened with Brave Browser, and my favorite thing is, which everyone should check out, your recent video about, probably 3 months old, but recent video about like the Graphene OS with the how like necessary this project is, but just trying to deal with the community. Where, you know, I love how instead of just talking about pure tech, you're also looking about like policies and methodologies, not just with like the evil corpse, but like what people in advocacy are trying to do, so that way we don't bite the hand that feeds us, is very important out there. And to do it in such a way where people from non-technical backgrounds or all these different backgrounds can make sense. Like, I'm really honored that you decided to answer my email and show up on the stream. So thank you for attending, and I I look forward to all of your videos in the future, and I also look forward to hopefully collaborating again in the near future. So thank you.
Awesome. And yeah, have a great night. Thank you so much for all the kind words.
You too. So I just want to check because I might be. Let's see. Okay, so between the two, Nate, are you still there?
More minutes I can commit.
Oh, that's perfectly fine because I'm actually reaching the point in the game where now it's going to get really distracting where I focus. So this is actually perfect timing. Like this is going shockingly. This is going better than I dreamed it. Trying to think. So the question. This is the question I wish I asked in the beginning, but since you're here, I'd love to hear your answer. How did you at the New Oil like? When did you started to be this? Maybe a dumb question, but when did you decide to be? What made you realize like the worry about your own digital hygiene? Like, where did that all start of you sort of realizing that, that the internet can be and technology platforms can be a dangerous place, and what made you want to do the New Oil and the advocacy stuff that you've done?
Oh, this is fun. So I got into privacy because I used to work for I used to do gig work like Uber and
Shit, yeah.
DoorDash type, and I also used to do like delivery and stuff. Like I didn't do DoorDash, but like DoorDash, Uber Eats, that kind of stuff. And when you're doing that one, you're on your own. And so I started listening to podcasts. I was listening to a personal finance podcast, and they brought on a guest from another podcast that now is known as the Privacy Security Research Program. And you have heard of the Privacy, Security, and OSINT show. OSINT stands for Open Source Intelligence.
Right, cool. I've actually never heard of that. I'm gonna go check that out as I repeat this segment again.
They're fantastic. There used to be two hosts, but one of them quit. That was years ago. But anyways, the personal finance podcast I was listening to had one of their hosts on as a guest, and they were talking about securing like your financial accounts with like two-factor and stuff like that. And I just remember thinking like, oh, this guy sounds really knowledgeable. I want to check this out. So I went and listened to his podcast for a bit, and I actually remember where I was when they were talking about the risk of using like a service like Google, for example, because if many people, they use Google for email, calendar, chat, search, all of it, Google Drive. And they pointed out, they're like, if that ever gets lost in data breach, everything is out. And the phrase they use, they said the defender needs to get right every single time the attacker makes. And that just, and that just made me hit. I remember just being like, oh, wow, I'm wide open for something wrong. And I've seen things go wrong since then. There's been stories about people who just wake up one day and lock up their Google account for no reason. And companies like Google and Facebook, they don't make the easy to contact the human for that decision. And that was what initially got me up to it. What made me do it was the fact that I couldn't find, and at the time I didn't know about TechLore, otherwise that honestly probably would have solved my issue. But at the time I didn't know anywhere that I could send non-techie people to learn more about this stuff unless I wanted to sit down and talk to them. And so I saw a need, and I was just like, well, let me go ahead and do this thing myself. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's honestly really fascinating because like I've actually noticed that. Which first of all, I'm so happy that these sort of resources exist because that's been my help for years. My background is that I've always been involved in computers technology, and I was there for like the very early internet. Like I remember when the internet was publicly available properly, and whether it was BBS forums or eventually the World Wide Web and stuff like that. And I've noticed that a lot of these advocacy people. That's why I wanted to ask the other two, but I'm stupid. I didn't think the question earlier. Is that I love that it seems like a lot of these are more like people from, and I hate sounding like an old person, but like the younger generation. But you all did the work that we needed. Where like for me, for example, like privacytools.io is such a godsend. Where like I always have people ask me like, what do I use and stuff, and I can just go like, here's a website. Like if you're looking for browsers, you go to the website, you click on browsers, it has all the stuff there that you need to know. Like someone actually did the front work of like putting this all together and putting it into an easier read sort of thing. So like I very much commend for like you and everyone else's work out there for that. So for me, it was more of like, again, to use the analogy of a frog being in a boiling pot with the heat slowly increasing, that I felt like I was crazy, noticing all the stuff slowly changing around me, like people slowly becoming evil despite saying they don't be evil. And two is being told that like my worries for the future were crazy, only to then see them come true. And now that other people have seen they come true, which I guess is a question is, do you feel like overall that advocates for this stuff that there's still like some fighting chance, or do you feel sometimes that it's more of like the damage has already been done, so we're just trying to like mitigate the damage rather than like making full-on solutions? Does that make any sense? I was just wondering about your opinion about that.
That makes sense. I think
Tricky, because I don't know the answer to that either.
well, okay, so first of all, I should say that I really believe in the idea of intersectionalism, where everything is connected to everything else, and, nothing happens in a vacuum. So I think part of the answer to that comes down to things like political action. Like, are we going to demand better privacy laws, and additionally demand that our leaders actually enforce those laws? But to put it in a simple answer, I don't think that it's hopeless. I think there is hope. And, you keep referencing the frog in the boiling water. I think... so I have a real quick personal story. I had a friend whose dad was a smoker. And his dad was one of those people that was like, when cigarettes hit $5 a pack, $6 a pack, $7 a pack, I'll stop smoking. And, he'd always raise the price. Until finally he said, when cigarettes hit $10 a pack, I'll stop smoking. And he lived in New York. So, I could cost me. And then finally one day, he called my friend, and he's like, so I just quit smoking because cigarettes broke $10 a pack. And I honestly think that's what it is. It's frog and boiling water is definitely part of it, but I think it's also that everybody has a limit where they will say, no more, this is enough. And I think, unfortunately, for a lot of people, either they haven't hit that limit yet, or they don't know the limit is already here. Because I definitely talk to a lot of people who don't realize how bad things already are. And so I do think there is hope, and I think a large part of that hope comes down to education, which is one of the reasons that I do New Oil is, I want people to understand first what we're up against, but then also understand, like, I know it seems bad, but don't give up hope, because we can change it. At least, I don't know, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but I like to think that.
No. My whole thing is like a lot of, it's the same way how there's the concept of security through obscurity. There's also sort of malicious, how I describe it, like maliciousness through, trying to find the right words, like maliciousness through, like it's, and he said it happened too, because he didn't have it, where it's like, it's like a cobra where they expand its hood to make it seem bigger than it actually is. So a lot of the way, a lot of these policies and stuff get through these is part of its ignorance, which can be, to me, easily fixed with education. But it's also the thing of that they want you to feel like there's no way they can fix this. They want you to think that there's no reason for change or that it's impossible to do. Kind of like what Tekla was saying about the Disney manager who kept putting his foot down, but I'm pretty sure once it got to the actual written policy, they would have given up the same way I've heard with other stories with that. So like that's part of the struggle as well. And I think with advocacy, I have to remind ourselves that it's like a real war. This comes at multiple angles.
Sure, that makes sense, and that's something I preach a lot. Is there's a phrase that's like, never attribute to malice that which can be explained by like ineptitude or greed. And a lot of people think that like Google and Apple are spying on us just to spy on us, and it's for control. And like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure to some extent that there's some of that element, but I also think it's largely, in my opinion, it's largely because of money. They want money, and I'm not saying that justifies it, but like, don't attribute these malicious, evil intentions to them for the wrong reasons when the reality is they want money. And yeah, I mean, obviously that's not always true across the board. There's governments and malicious actors, but yeah.
It's the same way how we talk about we use always the term systemic, such as like systemic racism, where like for example, in terms of video games, the Activision Blizzard case, where it's kind of sad because like people want to boycott their games, but there's employees that most of the employees that work there did not make these terrible decisions that Activision made, and like they have families and they need to eat and stuff, and probably some of them tried to protest them and were either shut down or got fired. And so it's more of like getting to the upper management, the people who came up with these dumb, brilliant ideas, and they sort of like hold the all the people under them hostage because of that. I just find it funny that there's a little bit background about the game. There's an AI called Adam that's on your ship. It's kind of like Siri, because Adam came in the game Fusion, with Metroid Fusion, which came in 2004, so it's basically Siri before Siri became a thing. And I think it was just hilarious that when you said Google, it started to speak, and my brain went, yeah, that's kind of how I picture like Google. It's just this amorphic, like technological blob that talks in a harsh robot voice. I just wanted to make that kind of side note there. So I know you said a while ago that you had to go because you had 10 minutes left. So I guess the last question I'll ask for you, I take the short break here, and then we're just going to live stream this game for like an hour or two, is I guess, because I'm going to share, by the way, where you can find all of these people in a bit when we go on a break in about half an hour. But where can people find you, and like what's next for your advocacy?
So my main website is thenewoil.org and org, and that's on there. If you go to the last page, the links page, you'll find all the. I have a blog, I have videos and stuff I do.
Posted in chat.
Thank you. In addition to, let's see, what's coming up. The two big things I have coming up, or I'll say three big things. Number one, I'm hoping to do a podcast next year that's focusing on real life privacy abuses in the Western world, because a lot of the time when we talk about this stuff, people think like, oh, that would never happen here, and it did happen here 90% of the time.
Right.
So that's one thing I want to do. I am hoping to also come out with a workbook that people can actually like print out and fill out. Yeah, so people can walk through, and it'll ask them, it'll walk them through how to build their own threat model. Not just like, here's how to do it, but also like, here's blank spaces to write your own notes. And then the last big thing I'm trying to work on is I'm actually trying to translate the site into other major languages. So that
I know you struggle, because one of the things that we're hoping to do early last year was finally to do our entire website in Spanish, for example. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it is just finding the time to, because I'll be honest, I don't speak Spanish. I can understand it okay enough. But yeah, like I'm basically just going to run it through DeepL Translate, but then I also have to like make sure the links translate, and then I'm trying to find Spanish versions of the sources I cite, and it just turns into a whole thing. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping to be able to do.
If we ever find resources where we can have, because we do have Spanish speakers who are trying to help us with our website. If we get those resources, whatever, one, we would be glad to send them over to you so they can proofread the stuff. And two is that I'm super hyped for the workbook, because we have a lot of stuff that our org at DCG 201 are going to be doing in 2021. And when we're allowed to go out safely doing physical stuff, we're going to be doing a lot of outreach to places where you don't see a lot of hackers. So when that workbook exists, we're going to be printing like 1 million copies and always have them at our table. So that's one, getting the information out there. And then when people ask, like we always refer to privacytools.io, the newoil.org, the EFF.org and stuff like that. So that workbook thing, that's like a godsend. I'm super hyped for that.
Okay, well, I will get working on that as soon as I can. I think I'm almost done writing the script for the podcast, so I'll try to make that a priority.
And if you ever need guests on the podcasts, whether it's me as a co-founder or any of our members, we We are literally a collection of crazy people that try to do things for good. So you need like a hacker, hacker's perspective on things, but not have it be even like super technical, where we can say it in plain English. Our org is always down for that. Thank you so much for being on this. This is honestly a dream come true. Finally being able to do this with such awesome people.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm close the chat room right now. Get sleep, I won't. Alright, so let me add the room here. Okay, so now everything should be more fun because I can now more manage like doing the echoes and stuff, and I can focus more on the game, so I can up the volume and stuff. I would say I'm gonna try to stream until 10, and then I'm going to do a short break to get water and like a snack and stuff, and then I'm gonna try to. I think I'm gonna end this by 11. We're gonna try to reach that point. Honestly, the hard part with like that, there was so much awesome answers, and just even for a short amount of time, the awesome people that we had from the EFF as well as Tech Lore and the New Oil. Um, the hard part was doing all of that and me trying not to be giddy with this game, because this is like you're gonna hear about me rave about this moment about being blown away by the game right now. But I'm not, I am doing this for fun. But just to also remind again, first of all, you can check us out at our website, defcon201.org. To reiterate, if you just joined in, we are a computer hacker group, part of DEF CON groups. So many of them locally around the world. Shout outs to, for example, DCG 5511 out in Brazil. They are truly amazing. They have their own live streams and stuff. You should totally check them out, especially if you're a Portuguese speaker. What do you call it? So you can find out more information about us there. We usually have meetings there every month. We had one yesterday. I'm so used to it being the next day when I do live streams. And you can also, like with this stream, check us out on social media there. I just posted a link tree for everything. We're on DEF CON 201NJ on Twitter, and we're DEF CON 201 on Instagram, and hostux.social if you hate Twitter, Instagram like we do and stuff like that. I also want to mention, I don't know who's watching on Facebook, but if you're on Facebook and you want to chat with us, you can. It's just Facebook is really dumb, as we've discussed on the show. So you have to do like a weird like workaround. So I just posted the URL where you just click on the link for that, and it will allow you to chat with us if you're on Facebook, because we're broadcasting right now on Twitch TV Live or YouTube. If you follow us on there, like you saw in the beginning, we'll cheer you on. But we're also streaming to, I should have actually told the guests this because I don't know if they knew, we're streaming on a PeerTube instance called Diode Zone, which is sort of our decentralized independent. You have no idea, we actually have a couple of YouTube videos that we haven't been able to keep up because of all the DMCA attacks, but we're allowed to have them on PeerTube, so thanks to Diode Zone for hosting us. They're an amazing PeerTube instance. And we're also doing it on Facebook just because we have to reach out to people, as well as there's a way to actually view YouTube with no ads and no tracking called Invidus. And they have a ClearNet site, but you can also do it through Tor. So we've had people watch us through Tor via this masking YouTube service. So I think that's excellent. So we're streaming on like basically everything, all the popular stuff that horribly tracks you, as well as, some of the things that we wish were popular enough as Facebook to stream on, and we do that because of the principle of it, and honestly, they're great services, and we love them. But even more important is, again, like I said, I am doing this for fun, but there's a big reason why I'm live streaming right now before we get into more gameplay, which is that if you see the giant banner above me, above that giant QR code that I moved out of the way so that you folks can read the text better, we're trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. And in fact, first of all, I'm going to post a link where you can donate in chat. If you're on Twitch, you can scroll below and you'll see a widget where you can directly donate, as well as that QR code. If you scan it on your phone, it's not malicious. It will take you to the donation page. The donations are being handled through Tiltify, which is third-party reputable service, meaning we don't touch the money. So we're not Elon Musk. We're not the Intelligent Amico. This is not a scam. All your money, even if we don't meet our $600 goal, all the money will be donated and sent to to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. In fact, I'm going to try to bring up 2 links here. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping here, and then we will go back to the live stream because I didn't think this far. I'm actually wondering too, like where you're supposed to scan the amiibos. I think it's something that you gain like extra missiles and extra like lives or something per day. Like I said, I've gone into this blind. I have no idea what is going on. Uh, this has just been amazing, even for the couple of minutes that I played of this game. While I was so it's weird. It's like it's like I'm trying to contain myself because there's also privacy activists. I'm also trying to contain myself because we're raising money for charity, and I'm also trying to contain myself because I'm hyped for this goddamn game. Like this is like the worst uses of Firefox containers ever. But I'm going to talk a bit about them. I just need to kind of rescale the browser here. Let's put that above so you'll be able to actually see it. And I'm going to kind of expand it out. Let's see one of the things there. So I'm just going to go around and kind of talk about what we've heard so far. So this was our guest, Matt, who is from EFF. Nate, who is one of our partners with the Electronic Frontier Alliance, which we are a member of. That's basically an activist community subgroup of the EFF. It's not the EFF themselves, but it's like partner boards that do activist stuff. We are one of those. We're one of the few, if not, well, we used to be the only one, but I think we're one of the ones in New Jersey. And if you want to know more about the EFF, you can go to EFF.org. Hold on a second. Test. Okay. For some reason, the link didn't go through earlier on Twitch, so I'm going to send it again. And just to point out something about the EFF, there's so much stuff that you can do here. But if you are new to privacy and stuff, they have an amazing guide that's called the Surveillance Self-Defense, which basically has tons and tons. It's like a giant interactive manual on plans for privacy on all different fronts, on like they say here, like how to delete your data security on different operating systems, creating strong passwords, how do I protect against malware, key concepts in encryption, different scenarios. Are you a human rights defender? Are you just a normal Joe? Are you a Mac user? Are you part of LGBTQ youth? And it's a great guide from the EFF, so I'm going to put that direct link in there as well. The person I was saying that was TechLore. This is the website. They're pretty popular, and they got their start, I believe, on YouTube. And they have 2 shows. They actually have multiple different things, but their main things is they cover certain topics like in depth on YouTube, as well as they have a podcast where they talk about privacy and surveillance news. You can also get some merch from them. And I've been fans of them forever. They're really good at, like, whether you're super technical or you don't know the difference between a computer and an eggplant. Really personal person as you hear on the stream, really break things down. Go check that out at techlore.tech. And then finally, the awesome person that had to leave earlier is the new Oil. Really good, once again, similar to privacytools.io resource, except privacytools.io just has tools. This has recommendations for tools as well as like different security methods here, and it's done very user friendly so you get started, and it's like different like theoretical concepts and like examples of privacy and security. It's a really great resource. And what I'm also impressed by is sort of like there's sort of like what do you call it, contacts, links. They have all their social media, and they use a lot of the same stuff that we do. Like they have a Proton Mail, a Tunoda, which recently I think has had weird stuff being compromised in Germany, but we'll see about that. They're on Mastodon, they're on PeerTube just like us, they have a WordPress blog like us. You can get tips from Brave, you can send them Bitcoin, you can do LibrePay. I just think like it's not just that they advocate for this stuff, they really stick to their like morals with using like certain digital hygiene. And I said before, this is the actual charity right here for the that I sent the link to, that I'm just about to post again in here. But I just wanted to sort of explain before we get back to the game, is that we're raising money for the Children's Miracles Hospitals, which is a nonprofit organization that deals with all sorts of children's hospitals and pediatric wings across the United States and Canada. And they roughly deal with, the way I can read it, 10 million children each year in the United States and Canada. And your donations will go to all of them but we've gone out of our way to kind of specifically focus on the Children's Specialized Hospital, which are children. There's 14 of them. They're exclusive to New Jersey, with the main one being in New Brunswick, because New Brunswick, and they truly focus on kids that, like with most of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, children who are born with crippling disabilities, kids who are suffering from the current plague, children who are just getting sick in general, children that are injured. Just if you have an ailment that has wronged them, these hospitals, like the Children's Specialized Hospitals, will help. So we're kind of focusing more on this, but regardless, when you donate, all the money is going to be equally distributed through the entire hospital now. So I just sort of wanted to explain like more of an in-depth background of like what we're doing and what's going on. And again, here's the link in chat. We also have a widget on Twitch where you can donate, as well as scanning that QR code in the corner, which I swear is not malicious. Now, the thing about this that I want to remind is that one, even if we don't make gold, let's say we get 599 US dollars, PlayStation 5 Cause Horizon, Hello Shooting Foot. Any money that we get, even if we don't reach goal, will go through Tiltify and go to the sick kids that are in need at these hospitals. So don't worry about, well, what if I donate $5 and they don't make goal, so I donated $5 for nothing? All the money is going to go help sick kids. Don't worry. Second of all is that, we've had in the past people just dump a ton of money on the stream. But if you have $1, if you have $3, $5, $10, any amount you want to send, $6.66, send it and it'll pop up under there with your name. You can also donate anonymously. You can select anonymous and we just know you as anonymous. But when people donate, we cheer people on because we get notifications for them, and any amount, everything helps. We've gotten to our goals and more in the past just because like we just get a ton of people just donate $1 or $5 and they all add up and send us to goals. So just kind of putting that out there. But you don't want to hear about me going through all this boring, all this stuff, even though it's very important because that's what we're doing the stream for. Let's get back to the game. So as you can see so far, we went through the intro, which by the way, Parasite X Bukake, Samus, top notch. And sort of recapped what all the previous 2D Metroids are in these like 2D art. And then we had this amazing cinematic where the plane landed, and I could feel it through the HD rumble on this controller. It was absolutely amazing. We encountered our first broken down enemy. I was distracted listening to the awesome people talking, so I died on it. And then we met a real enemy, which took 3 tries because I was so distracted to run away from this thing. The AIs on these are really good. They're simple. They remind me of the Pac-Man ghosts. They're simple, but they're really effective. So it took me a while, but I finally got away from it. I figured I must go to that upper area. It'll probably send me into a new area where it won't track me, and ta-da, made it. It's also been amazing to see the different angles where if an enemy, the robot that I have the amiibo for in this game, that all the different angles that it touches you, it will do that. So you saw that we accidentally, its feet grazed us, and it had its own unique animation for tackling us with its feet, and then we were dead. So I've been amused by that. That's the real effort that Mercury's team who made this game kind of went into. And right now we're talking to our AI called Adam, which lore about Metroid is based on a real person called Adam. The lore is that when Samus actually was part of the Galactic Federation military in this fictional space universe that's not Star Wars, Adam was her instructor. She learned almost everything that she knew that's not the Chozo from Adam. Adam eventually died. I don't know if it's through natural causes or through military expedition, but regardless, her AI is called Adam. And you can find out more if you play a game called Metroid Other M. And I don't mind Metroid Other M on the Wii, but I can tell you that there's a reason why it's controversial and why most Metroid fans don't talk about it. All I will say is the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby. But let's not talk about games that Metroid fans are not enthusiastic about. Let's talk about Metroid Dread, which is quickly being like, as someone who's played all the game, I still like this is giving me major Super Metroid vibes, not because of any aesthetic. The feeling it's giving me with how precise the controls are, the visuals, both in terms of rendering, the animations, the art style, the cinematic style. You saw me taking screenshots. Every angle of this game could be a poster or a background wallpaper from one of your 5 uberly chat gaming monitors. And just like the visual storytelling, I've just been blown away so far. But I had to contain myself for this, so I'm not being contained anymore. I'm going to be unleashed, and at 10, we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to play for another hour, and That will be that stream. Hopefully, we'll get at least $1 or 5 donations to this. Yeah, I'm just trying to help out some kids.
ME send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you.
Sure, everything so. So I think you're able to hear the game audio properly, because that was the problem before with like the game balancing. Just trying to make sure the audio properly works here, so then I just double check. Sorry for this being the boring part. There's such a lag, by the way. Okay, so you can't hear the game audio. Awesome. Shout outs to, by the way, Cell, where we normally have a completely different capture card, so we used an older version of the capture card that we had, and I solved the problem with the cable, but he did all the configuring, and like, honestly, I can't really tell the difference between the newer capture card that we had that's floating around somewhere that DCG 201 version of Squirtle lent us. We didn't lose it. It's somewhere in this place. We just don't know where it is. It hasn't left the building. It's probably somewhere in the living room, and it probably fell behind something, and I'm an idiot. But the configuration is so good on this that I honestly don't know the difference between this and the newer capture card that I couldn't find from Squirtle. So like, props to Cell for configuring this so incredibly well, including especially the sound volume. So as now we learn, they're down telling us about MEs, more about them. So they send a pulse of detect vibrations in the air. So not only can they see us, but they can hear us.
Upon detecting vibrations, an ME enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens.
So we either have to be
Otherwise,
really
the danger
quiet
to you
in like Metal
increases
Gear Solid
dramatically.
style stealth mode, or once we see it as we saw, we have to bolt it and essentially go to a completely different area. Like, we can't even go into the next room because they'll track us there. We have to get so far away from them that they're still lost trying to find us. So from what I've heard in this game, similar to like Mr. X from the Resident Evil 2 remake, the MEs apparently AI actively patrol even when we are not there. So it's really a dynamic system.
An ME that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the ME zone exits. You will be trapped inside.
That's going to be difficult.
To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the ME and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits.
Oh, so I see, which makes sense as a robot. Like what Boston Dynamics is doing is that the robots basically control the doors in their zone. So I guess when they see you, they send a signal to perma-lock the doors. Once you get out of that zone and they can't find you, so they don't think you're a threat, they auto unlock them, hence they unseal the exits. This is good world building. They really thought this through.
An ME never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate.
Don't you wish
only
Google
within
was like
range.
that? Or like Google could only work on a certain part of the internet instead of being, I don't know, everywhere. And by the way, interesting thing, like I said with Facebook, what's really creepy about these tech companies is that, you know, you could not use Google. You could not use Google.com or use Gmail, and you're still being tracked by Google because they make a lot of APIs in the back end. So even if you don't have an account, they still track you with stuff because of just how much infrastructure they've built on the air. It's the same thing with like Amazon Web Services, where Amazon Web Services basically runs like 80+% of the internet, and that's why Amazon has like really good data on everyone. So it's really pretty creepy, right, Luigi? Should we go back to more of the game? Let's go back to more of the game.
I estimate a 99% probability of death if an ME
I kept forgetting too that apparently if you time it right with the animation, you can use Samus's thing to possibly get out of that. Hence the 99%, but you can't really have a cool robot or AI who doesn't go like, there's a 99% that you want to mate with the female human. Like, that's just a staple, or the male human. That's just a staple of like sci-fi right there.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The ME are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first ME. Your only option now is to evade
You name
capture
Adam
and
or
find
you
an
name
exit.
Captain Obvious?
Your highest priority in an ME zone should be simply to survive.
Just like sex workers on the internet. They need popular services in order to put the word out, but if people get the word out, then they're more easily tracked by government institutions and malicious people. So just like the rest of us, the only thing that us and sex workers and politicians and children and minorities can do is survive. And that's why I'm very happy that there are people like Tech4, that the hated one, the new oil, the EFF, Access Now, Privacy International, that go out and not only look out for us, but also educates us, especially as this landscape of insanity that is digital technology and the way people use it for evil keeps expanding. So we're going to save our progress here, which has this nice little animation. I'm also appreciative. Whoa, we're going to need like super missiles or something for that. There. But I also am honestly impressed that this is such a classic Metroid thing. This could be like a Smash stage, by the way. But I'm also impressed with that, despite it being in 2D, similar to, I guess, their work with, you have not been more quality yet. But I do love, by the way, look at this animation. When you have something that's hand tight and you walk up to it, Samus actually pushes her hand, like when I don't do anything like that, but if I try to go through, she actually pushes her hand on the wall, and you can actually still aim with it. I think that's pull that a few times. I have to shoot that red thing up there. No, that'll work. But yeah, what I'm impressed by is, like, despite it being a 2D game, I guess it's what they learned from Samus Returns on PS, that they really can't get that percent until they get the morph ball. But what they've really done here that's so impressive is they really managed to make this, like, it totally read this 2D, especially with how they use the blacks, which must be really amazing on OLED displays such as the Switch OLED, which I don't have. I'm not getting a new Switch unless there's like an actual like internal upgrade that does like 4K, like DSLL or something, DSLL or something like that. So it reads as 2D, so this is very much like this, again, Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion, but with, like, especially the cinematics, it reminds you of certain elements here of, like, getting that sort of depth. I kind of can't wait for the Boundary Break episode, inevitably. Tell me if there's a Boundary Break episode. If they're not there, I can't wait to see the Boundary Break episode to see how they achieve this, like, really good 2.5D effect. So that's fascinating. Look at this thing. Wii U. I think that's like the next area, but I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of exploring. I don't know if that's, let me raise the volume on this. I have no idea if that's the music. Okay, so I need to put some like that. Or an Emmy is nearby. Oh, Emmy is nearby. No. Nope. We need to get up there, I think. Maybe I walk this area. Okay. There's a statue. Alright, so restored, and I can't go anywhere with that. Let's shoot up here. Okay, so there's no. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh great. Crap. Outrun this thing. That's that. Oh! That was close. Parkour! And up, there's no. Still tracking me. And we got out of the zone. Oh, that is really pulse pounding. Now I think these things are actual enemies. Oh, that thing up there. Thankfully, there's no like real breathing stuff. The thing about the water is you're pathetic underneath here. To get power ups. Yes! Genocide all the wildlife! I am SeaWorld! Right, let's get this. Now, I will say one negative thing so far about this game is that you have to hit the L shoulder button. I don't know if you changed the options and that gives you the 360-degree movement. Now ooh, look at the animation. Wow, they did a really, hey! But no, they did a really, look at it, like, they did a really good job of making sure that, like, there's no weird animation angles. I'm gonna do this really slow. Every pose is an action pose, and it moves really fluidly. That's impressive. But I did wish that, you have an entire stick on here, and even though it's not a 3D game, I'd rather flip the stick out and be in this mode. Like if I had to replicate it, I'd rather do this with the right thumbstick than to hold a button. In fact, I'm actually going to go with the opposite here. There's no like options to really change the control from what I can tell. So unless there's like, oh, here we go. Oh, here's the amiibo. All right, maybe there is an option in here. Let's see, controls. It just lists the controls. I can't actually change them. So that's a point against it. Otherwise, it's been fantastic so far. And it's be even more fantastic if hopefully someone out there donates $1 or $5. Like I'm gonna be happy playing this game, but I'll really truly be happy. Like the stream will be really worth it if someone actually donates something. Again, just as a reminder, I'm raising money for not just me, but DCG 201 in general. Our hacker group is trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I just posted the link again in chat. There's also a QR code you can scan on your phone if you want to donate, or if you're on Twitch, you can scroll below and you can click the 5 widget, and I'll bring you over there. And like again, our goal is $600. We want to achieve that by the second week of November. But any money that you donate will go directly to these hospitals to help sick and injured children, especially during the pandemic right now. And the hospitals are being like overwhelmed with the adult wings, never mind children's wings. And but the other thing is like, even if it's just $1 or $5, everything helps, and all the money that's raising if we don't meet goal will go to those hospitals. So don't worry about donating. If you donate $1, and also you don't have to put a name, you can completely donate anonymously. So that's an option for you as well. But if you get any donations, I'm going to cheer you on, just like I keep cheering on Binary Badger. We're starting off with a $20 donation. As you can see with the thing. So the map is the D-pad, because I was pressing the D-pad earlier and there was nothing. I wish there was a D-pad option on this, but the analog sticks are decent on here. Oh, the plus thing's a map. I'm dumb. I can't. I'm an American. I can't read. So left is the mini map to expand. Obviously, shoot B, missile mode. Yeah, the free aim I wish was on a stick. But otherwise, it's good controls. Oh, you can load the last checkpoint, the save point, and return to main menu. So that's good to know. This is where you scan the amiibo. That's brightness and keeping the bomb on. I want to see what the amiibo do. So some relay amiibo gives CMS extra resources or to replenish random amount of energy from missiles. Engagement amiibo once per day. Let's actually we'll do that at the end of the stream. So I just wanted to know. So that's where you go for the amiibo. But yeah, with all this order, I can't jump up there. Like order real. Oh, okay. I can't. Oh, I need the morph ball. That's why. It's like OG Metroid where I have to fight for the morph ball. So we're forced to just progress here. So apparently there's a meme where David Jaffe, the guy who designed Twisted Metal, OG God of War, and fun fact, his first game, or one of his first games, was Mickey Mania back in the day. It was, I think, his first or one of his first projects. So he went from Mickey Mouse to Kratos. That's insane. But he does live streaming now, too. And apparently what happened is he was in an area where he was like, oh, this is bad game design. How would people know to shoot the wall? But not only did they put an enemy to shoot at, which are basically guaranteed to miss, and then the wall peels away, but there was people where this was their first Metroid game, and they were just randomly shooting things all the time. And so it's like, okay. I also love these Omnis. Those are Chozo statues. You can tell by the Chozos are the bird. Like you saw that I was attacked by that bird guy. I don't know why he hates me, but the Chozo have normally been good guys and help and raise Samus. So what's going on there? I have no idea, but I like where you can you just see the feet, you just see the glowing eyes, and it's like blue atmosphere. So let's see here. Now they've brightened up. So we're gonna get an upgrade. Oh, it's a save room. Okay. Yes, girl, save yourself. You don't need no Chozo. No Chozo, man. Alright. Get rid of this guy. God, I can't wait to get the morph ball. You know that meme from Hackers where he's like, I need a handle, man. I don't have an identity without a handle. Like, that's me with, Metroid, which is like, I feel really naked until I get the morph ball. I don't know if I can reach that missile up there. Let's see if we can double something. I don't know if there's like an ability you need, but trying to figure out how I fuck. Maybe I can slide? Nope. Darn it. Do I jump up from here? Nope. Maybe I have to jump higher? Huh. That is gonna be interesting. I wonder how, maybe you need the screw attack, which is like this like crazy type of jump. Because there's no double jump. I can just kick off the walls and that's it. Oh well. Alright, let's slide down. Oh! Ah, I just slid that last part. Because you know I'm going to be playing this game. I can't kick off the wall underwater. I'm going to be playing this game even when I'm not live streaming it. Ooh, this is pretty. I also keep thinking how good this must look on an OLED display. Oh, this is like one of those old school. Oh, it's like one of those old school arcade games. Like, Space Invaders. Alright, so I believe when I shoot this here, the water's gonna go. And one of the cool things that I do know about this game is how amazing the water physics are. Like, even though it's done in a 2D mode, it's actually like insanely realistic water physics. Well, I'll say is, in 5 minutes, I'm gonna go on a break, like a 1 to 3 minute break, and then we're gonna be back playing more of this until 11. So, watch this. Break this wall. Look at these water physics. Oh, look at that. It's like proper 2D water physics right there. That's just awesome. So now the water should be low enough that... Go back to... Ooh, I heard a little bit of the Ridley's theme in there, which I think is funny because originally in the first game, Ridley's theme was actually just the boss theme of all the bosses, but I guess... Ooh, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at that! Wow! I remember when people were asking, like, Metroid is a 2D game, was this worth $60? This is better graphics than Cyberpunk 2077! There's no glitches either like Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, this is a $60 game, and I paid more than that for the collector's edition, which came with amazing stuff. This is like, good on Mercury Steam. They gave you a budget and everything. This is amazing. Ooh, a Chozo mural. Alright, let's slide our massive gun dong into this. See what happens. Is this the upgrade? Are we getting an upgrade? Oh, this is the map upgrade, isn't it? Now we have a better... Yep. Alright. Now we know where everything is in this zone. Save my progress. Because there's a thing where you basically, like, try never to save and then, like, speed run it, but that's not what I do. I do speed running and feature plays, and it's not the first time I'm playing this. When I'm here doing this, I'm just absorbing. I'm just absorbing, like, all the cool stuff. Get rid of these frickin' space fighters. Yep. So I like it. They gave a little bit of menace. Whoop. They gave it a little bit of menace by putting the OG boss theme in there. I also think it's hilarious that I have better parkour than Sonic the Hedgehog. As Samus around with her... Oh boy. What now? There we go. I'll eventually get better at the combat. I'm also a little tired too. There we go. That solves that. We just backtracked around and now we have more missiles. We can now carry 21 missiles. Like 21 pilots. Right, let's see if we can correct the mistake. Oh! There we go. Oh, okay. There's a giant thing in the way. You can't get there even if you wanted to. Oh well. Let's find some new places. Let's go back into the room here and get more missiles. We'll get injured and we'll get more missiles. I also love her underwater animation run here. Like, it's snappy when it comes to aiming and stuff, because it has to be for the game. But look at how she like, oh, it's like so slow. I love it. So we still need that morph ball, because it's like, yo, like this is nice and everything, but I need more morph ball. You know? Like, that's just what this needs. It's like, you need the morph ball. So I guess the only way we're going to be able to, like, properly do this is, like, there's, like, a shaft down there. That's what she said. But, I guess we're just going to have to, like, backtrack or something. Head down. Okay, I see. Okay, so we are in that area now. I am the smartest. Might be an Emmy in here. I think that's that music. Yep, there is. Oh, shit. Ah! I hate these things. Oh, fuck. See what I mean about this AI? Crap! I think you need to like charge that thing. Let's see if we can do that again. Damn it! So I don't know if that's where we're supposed to go. But, we'll find out. Yes! Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. This game is infuriating and challenging in so many different ways. There we go. Oh crap, it's still following me. Oh Jesus! Really? Oh no. Crap, I'm dead. Maybe I'm not. Oh God. Oh Lord. Oh, yep, died. We almost did it. We almost did it, folks. I think we should get. I think there should be some money donated to children's charity, to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Just for that, we almost made it. But now I know where to go. And this is neat because, again, I'm a big fan of puzzles. I'm a big fan of puzzles. So... Really? So, the fact that this is supposedly, and kind of is so far, is a puzzling, challenging Metroid game has me very, very happy. Oh man. Playing hide and seek. Whoa, God! Right into it. Went right into that. I also wonder if maybe part of like the speedrunning endings is like how many times you died from these things. I wonder if that they keep track of that. That has to be something they keep track of in this game. To me, that just has to be something that keeps track. And let's try this again. So now we know we have to raise the water underneath. You can't destroy this. So it's like... Oh boy! More of a patrol. So we have the platform up now. I'm gonna trick it and going in the wrong way and then backtracking. Whoops, so I can slide down. Up. Really? Oh, this is gonna take a while. How are you supposed to? Alright, I'm just gonna play. Oh crap! I'm just gonna play hide and seek with this thing forever. Ah! Missed the jump and miscalculated the jump. Ah! All right, here's my thing. Once I get through this section, that's when I'm gonna go on the break. It's either I'm gonna get through this section, or if I die again. Then we're going to go on a short break, and then I'm going to keep streaming until like about 11:30, something like that. Alright, so. Again. Tracking me. Maybe I can actually fill up the water before it gets to me. Let's find out. Getting there. Let's say about like 2 more of these. I wish there was a way. I know that's part of the suspense, but I kind of wish there was a way. Like, hopefully there's an upgrade later on where you can kind of like keep a track in real time. Unlike, where we're supposed to go here. Oh, okay. Oh, right, when they see you, they lock the door. Or did we come out the way we came? I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. I don't think so. I think it's a new one. Oh, so is that easy? God damn it! We just had to be slick. That was the problem. I am both the smartest and the dumbest. It pretty much sums me up at DCG. Alright, so we can't get up there. What's over here? Oh, jeez, I didn't even see those. There's so much beautiful, like, art to look at that, like, you also, like, I can't, oh boy, I can only, there we go. There's so much beautiful art to look at that a lot of the times I also, like, can't sometimes tell what's an enemy or not. It's also probably because I'm really stupid and tired. Well, there we go. Him up there. That's just down below. That's that section. Interesting. What's... Ooh! Those are missile doors. That's good to know. Yeah, it's interesting also too because it's Samus Return, so this is when she does that. That's the counter move. So when enemies are right about to hit you, you do BAM, and that will stun them and push them away, and it will auto aim so you can shoot. In the 3DS game, the game that Dead Studio made before this, Samus Return, they really focused a lot on that, like all the boss battles and stuff revolved around that. And in this game, it's still there, but it's like way, 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 way more subdued. It's the only way to go. Oh yes, upgrade. Chozo statue time. Shoot that and then charge beam. Okay, I was hoping for the morph ball, but I guess this works too. So now we can be all Mega Man and charge that. Yep, zing, bam. So let's see. Charge shots damage enemies immune to normal beam shots, such as robots and bosses. They can also open charge beam doors. I think that was maybe that thing that was earlier where I was trying to shoot it. Yeah, that's what it's showing. Okay. Oh, those. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Oh, it scrolled. In addition, Samus can perform a charge attack by spin jumping while being fully charged. Okay, we have to try that. Let's see. Oh, that's neat. So you get like a bootleg version of the screw attack. That makes sense. So anyhow, hey birdie. So I guess what we'll do here is I'm going to take a short break and I'm going to refill the water and get my bearings changed and anything. But again, just as a reminder here, we're not ending the stream yet. I'm not going to end until like 11:30. But this has been a really awesome game. It's also nice to, despite how tired I am, because I had a very stressful day. Good day, got a lot of stuff done, but stressful day. So my hair goes even more crazy than it does normal. I've been waiting for this game. Like I said, this game came out last Friday, and I literally waited another week just so that I could do this correctly with all of you out there. So thank you so much for watching this so far. And in addition to me having fun with this game, just having fun just dying over and over again by these goddamn Emmy robots, I just want to remind that once again that this live stream and all the other future ones until like November, we are trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which are hospitals. It's an organization that part of many pediatric hospitals across the United States and Canada. We try to make sure that these hospitals are able to be funded well enough, have the equipment, the staff, whatever, resources to treat injured and sick kids, whether they have mental disabilities or rehabilitating from some sort of physical injury they have, recovering from trauma, getting over mental illnesses, catching COVID-19, things like that. There's multiple ways you can donate if you're interested. We're trying to reach $600 by November, but any amount, whether it's $1 or $5 or whatever. In fact, if someone gets us to $21 before this ends, I'll be super happy with the stream. I'm not even kidding. And if you want to donate, whether it's $1 billion or $1, there's multiple ways. If you're on Twitch, you can scroll down. We have a little widget to donate to Tiltify. All this takes Tiltify. We don't touch any of the money. And thanks to Tiltify, which thank you for Child's Play Charity for letting us know of this service. If you donate, and let's say we only make like $400 instead of $600, that's perfectly fine. All that money still goes to helping pediatric hospitals across the United States. So all your money goes to help sick kids. So don't ever worry about, well, what if they don't reach goals? My donation enough? Every bit matters. Okay? But you can go to our widget on Twitch and donate. We also have a QR code that we promise is not some sort of malicious QR code, where it will open the app, will open the web portal on your phone to donate. And if you're on YouTube or DLive, I'm going to once again put the link in the chat. I also like talking to people in the chat, so if you're watching in chat right now and you want to talk with me and stuff, feel free to, because I'd be very happy about that. You know, I love watching. I also like lurkers, so if you also just want to not talk and just laugh at me die over and over again from the Emmy robots, completely be my guest for that. Anyhow, we're going to go on a short, I would say like 2 to 5 minute break here. I'm going to put on some music that's sadly not this. I'm actually going to be in hibernation mode right here. And I'm going to refill the water and like breathe. And so far everything's been going great, right, Luigi? We had amazing privacy advocacy people on. Talking about cool different things. I got to experience this game finally for the first time while geeking out of all my favorite Metroid stuff and figurines. It's been awesome so far. Now, if I could only get even $1 donation, that would make me happy. But regardless of that, I'm going to go on a break. Enjoy the tunes for the next couple of minutes, and then we're going to stream for at least another hour or so. So take care while I go do the hydration squad here. All right? See you in a bit. Okay. So, I'm back. For those of you who don't know, I'm Side Pocket. I'm one of the two co-founders of DCG 201, that's previously known as DEFCON 201 or DC 201. We are a computer hacker collective group, part of DEFCON groups that are across the nation and around the world. Ours is 201, which is the area code for New Jersey, specifically Jersey City, New Jersey. We host meetings third Friday of every month. In fact, we actually had our meeting yesterday, although in about 2 hours, in about actually an hour and a half, it will be 2 days ago. And if you want to know more about it, you can go to our website, defcon21.org. As you can see at the bottom, or as I just posted in chat, and we're all over social media, including Twitter, like Twitter at defcon21nj, or just defcon21 on Instagram, and hostsucks.social instance of Mastodon, which we prefer over Instagram, and our own Onion sites and GitHub and things like that. You can go to our website for some of them, but if you want the giant master list, I also just put the link tree in there. For anyone who's actually sadly watching us on Facebook, because right now, and also hi out there for everyone who's we're watching on Twitch, DLive, and YouTube, but also on PeerTube, Tor through Nvidius, and Facebook. Everyone can chat with us but Facebook. And there is actually a way to do it, but you have to basically do a really stupid hack to make it work. It's like you have to click on a couple of links in the browser. And so I just sent the link if you're on there, if you want to watch this sort of stuff. So what we've been doing is, in addition to doing computer hacking stuff, I'm a big gamer, and I'm a ginormous Metroid fan. So we've been playing the new Metroid game, Metroid Dread. Even though it came out on Friday, I waited a week in order to do this properly. I really wanted to do it this day it came out, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So we did this properly. And what was I getting to with this? So we have the new game. It's great, and Serial Setup is great streaming strat for us. In addition to that, I actually got the collector's edition, and I also got the little amiibo figurines that come with it. And we unboxed the collector's edition. It was really cool. I also kind of got to go out and show like some of the cool stuff with throughout, some of the stuff I own through like my history of Metroid, between the Metroid Prime series and the 2D games. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the 2D games with me right now that I could find in my terribly messy room. So we've been exploring. We destroyed one half-broken enemy, which are these robot enemies that stalk you in the game. And we've been dodging a bunch of them, and we've also just been doing general Metroid things like exploring and stuff. We haven't encountered a boss yet, and in addition for me streaming this because it's fun, I'm also streaming this because, as I'm going to bring up with the web browser in a bit here, here we go, that there's actually a purpose for all of this, of me being streaming like an idiot, and that is we are trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. These are, and I can actually enter this in full screen mode. These are, it's a charity, these CMNH, or the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. They raise funds for children's and pediatric hospitals across the United States and Canada, which is like, apparently, according to them in this Wikipedia article, up to 10 million children each year between the two countries. Donations will go to local hospitals to fund, life-saving treatments and healthcare services, such as treating kids with mental illness, kids that are born with physical deformities, kids that get sick, especially kids that get sick during the COVID plague going on, mental health, all sorts of things, physical injuries, stuff like that. And your donations, whether it's $100 or $1, and we accept all donations, and even if we don't meet our $600 goal by the end of the month, all the money is still going to get donated through Tiltify, so we don't even touch the money. Tiltify will just automatically send whatever money that's donated, including the $20 right now, directly to all these different pediatric hospitals, including there's also a group of hospitals in New Jersey. There's 14 of them called Children's Specialized Hospitals. Their main one is in New Brunswick. New Brunswick. They specialize and are the leading provider in the entirety of the United States of inpatient and outpatient care for children up to 21 years old. So once you become an adult, facing all sorts of special health needs. So like, if you want a specific hospital that you can think of with one of the many Children's Miracle hospitals that this is going to, Children's Specialized Hospital in New Jersey with its 14 locations is one of those. But in general, we are raising money for sick kids, essentially. And if you want to donate, whether it's $1, $3, $5, $20, whatever have you. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong link. Here's multiple ways you can do it. If you're on Twitch, we actually have a little widget if you scroll below where you can donate directly to Tiltify. If you are watching this right now, you'll notice there's a big-ass QR code in the upper left corner of the screen. You can scan that with your phone, and it'll take you to that the donation link on the phone. Or, as I'm going to post in chat, if you're not on any of those, there's a direct link in order to go fundraising, and very soon we're also going to put that on our link tree as well. So after the hydration break, hopefully I'll be able to get at least someone donating $1 in before the end of the stream, but even without that, I'm just so happy to be here. We had guests on earlier that were privacy advocacy people such as Tech Lore and the EFF and stuff, and I'm so incredibly grateful that they were able to get on, and we got to have a really great discussion, me repeatedly dying while they talk about like real world issues. I'm hoping to eventually make this into basically a series where starting early next year, like every couple of months, there'll be a big video game that comes out, and I'll live stream play that video game and at launch, unlike this time, and raise money for charity while doing it, while bringing in people from all over the hacker world, whether it's biohackers or phone freaks or privacy advocacies or red teamers, blue teamers, all sorts of stuff like that. Kind of bringing you in through the popular video game, but then using some of the video game's theming to like relate to a real world thing that's going on right now. So we're gonna go back into the game. We're gonna have more fun with this. I'd love to see if we can encounter a boss at some point. We just got the charge beam here, so that's an improvement. I still don't know where the morph ball is. Now, you notice we've had these doors and we haven't been able to open them. So, but now with the charge beam, they open right so. They open it. Although I'm going to go back because I want to see if there's like, hopefully in the morph ball in the future, I wonder if I can do that trick where I go through the morph ball and, oh, you can't jump on their heads anymore. Ah, invisible wall there. Oh no, there's actually a big giant thing. I'm dumb. I thought that was part of the background. I didn't realize that was over their head. Okay. That's me being stupid. But yeah, I just wanted to see if you could, now all these doors work. Need more backtrack. That's the other thing. But this like Zen garden thing going on. Oh boy. There we go. That got rid of her right there. Yeah, how well. One shot at that. Awesome. Love these caves. They do a really good job of like using various blacks and colors and stuff. Now we can go into this area. Ooh, a little like one of those little alien ears. Oh, that morph ball. Oh, wait a minute, I can slide. Hold on. First of all, let's get rid of the spider. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting the slide maneuver because that allows you to go through some of the morph ball areas before you get having a morph ball. I like this. Ooh, we get a health increase. Oops. I don't know how much it's increased by, but hey, you know, the more means of not dying, the better. That's what I say. Number 3. Could slide there, or okay. I guess I need like a screw attack or like a high jump or something. But I can't. I've been watching that. Because I can't. Just like how some ladies, I can't reach. Ah, so I was just going to slide underneath there. Oh, another one of you. Oh. Try again. There we go. That thing hits. A little tired, so my reaction time is not the best. Because they do give you a generous amount of reaction time. I'm just a little exhausted from running around doing assaulting today. So we're doing okay so far. Oh. Ah, geez. There we go. Paying attention there. No, side pocket, everything. Ah. Didn't they try to kill me? I mean, it's not sure, so everything will try to kill me. Yeah, I need like a high jump, or like maybe there's like a spider ball or something in order to get up there. Up here. Oh yeah. Okay. Back up here now. We might as well save our progress while we're here. I love her heroic stance. I actually wonder why that heroic stance she does is not the base theme here. They had to even put one of those like clear braces on her. I guess because they were trying to do like one of the key box art poses, but like that pose she's doing right there, that should have been the amiibo. That would have been perfect. Oh, this is cool. Let's talk about this. Have to get through here. Down here. Alright, this usually means there's like a important plot thing or it's ending, so I'm a little nervous. Yup, cutscene. What was that? There was like a weird, it was like a mechanical eye. Oh boy. Is this a new enemy type? Or a boss? This is making me nervous. I definitely feel the dread aspect of this. Oh, that was that thing from before. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. It's either going to be a new type of enemy, or maybe need the Morphle, or it's going to be a boss of some kind. That's what's making me nervous right now. Because I'm just like, oh, I need control. Oh, this is from the first area we were in. Lost us. Can't see them on the mini map. I want to get up there. I just don't know how. Also up there. I kind of don't quite know where to go. Although I've heard that's what people do say about this game. I'm trying to use my brain here. It's like, I need to get up there, I guess. Maybe I go from here? Yep. Let's turn that one. Let's try that again. There we go. We're back here again, although I don't know if that's where we needed to be or not. That's interesting. Maybe we need like the ability to sit there. that thing? It's like something is missing around there. What is that? Okay. That's not suspicious at all. Or scary. Now I can open this door. Haha. Alright. Oh boy. More missiles. Come on. I'm doing my best. I should at least get like $1 or $3 for. Oh, this is, see? They put the enemy up there. And see how I hit the enemy and I missed? That's how I knew. That's how I would have been like, aha, so those are riggable. Yeah, because this thing is like I think like that. I love how they took like the original like bullshit elements of like the 2D Metroid and like made it into something. That was floss, alright? That was pretty sweet. Ooh, classic music. That reminds me of Parade. It's about the Lost Metroid. Ooh, this is neat. Oh. Look at that. Look at the dynamic camera with that. Look. It's like we saw out here some photos and it's like, oh, that's beautiful. Go. Prop. Both like that? Both like that. Get rid of you. I just want to see where you can go. I think you need like that. There's like a suit I know in the game that makes you like invisible or something. I'm gonna make a guess that's where you need to go. Let's go save here. So yeah, we're definitely gonna stream until like 11:30 just to give it like an extra more, like an hour going. And again, one of the reasons why I'm streaming, in addition to like me having so much fun right now, like for real, is that let's backtrack and see some of those doors. I am trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Oh boy! That was those rooms. Too spicy! Spicy meatballs! Is the other room like that too? Because we're in like the lava area? Yep. Nope, need a certain suit for that. Nope, down there real quick. So, I'm trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. That's DCG for what's goal. And basically, if you don't know what the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals are, they are a charity organization across the United States. That thing's a bastard. Across the United States and the United States and Canada support pediatric hospitals across the two nations, helping about 10 million kids every year. And especially during this pandemic, the hospitals being overrun and stuff, thermal fuel flow has been redirected. So we can probably backtrack and go to those areas now. Oh, it's so cool looking. I love the camera angles they've done here. Oh, are those doors? Maybe that's why they were closed? Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. So, stop. So got hit with its butt juice. Why did I get hit with its butt juice? I will say this, it's one thing I actually like about, that I kind of like and miss about Other M, the ability to go to first person mode at any time in the 2D section that you can kind of backtracking there. That's a lot. I'm still the assistant. Damn it! I am that tired. I'm still having fun. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm trying to raise money. We're trying to raise money under DCG 201 for the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. It's a network of many pediatric hospitals across the United States and Canada, serving 10 million kids every year. Basically, they make sure that pediatric hospitals, aka children's hospitals, and their pediatric wings get enough employees. Those employees get paid. They get enough equipment and stuff in order to deal with kids who have mental issues, physical disabilities, mental trauma, physical trauma, and COVID illnesses, bacteria, all sorts of stuff. So we're trying to raise like $600 before we get to the end of November here. Sorry, this is the second week in November. If you do want to donate, you don't have to donate a ton. Our goal is $600, and we have 20 so far, because Binary Badger is really freaking awesome. But if you have $1, or $3, $5, every bit adds up, handled completely to Tiltify, which means we don't touch any of it, which we have to thank Child's Play Charity for letting us know that Tiltify exists. And even if we don't reach goal, whatever money that gets sent in will go to the hospitals to treat injured and sick kids. So it's just a win-win all around. Up until 11:30, and you can donate when we're not live streaming, but it's also when you do live stream, because I'll get notifications when you do donate, and I can cheer you on. If you want to donate, there's multiple ways to do it. If you're on Twitch, there's like a little widget below where you can click on that and it'll open the donation page. You can also scan the QR code that's in the upper right side of the, upper left corner of the screen. We'll open that page on your phone. And as I've been posting in chat, there's the link for it in the chat itself. And again, you can donate anything that you want. You can donate, I didn't pay attention. Come on. You can donate $1, $5, $10, any amount that you want where you feel comfortable. It's not even worth it. Let's just follow the thermal heat vents and see where everything goes. Up. It's interesting how it repositions itself right like that. I also love the sound effect of that ball thing that slips out of its ass. Wow, that hit. Damn it! There we go! That's me being a badass. That's what I wanted. Ow. He just shot all over me. Damn it. Got my health back there. Alright, let's keep following where this thermal stuff goes. That's a dead end. Huh. Let's talk to Adam. Hi, Adam.
Uploading data.
There was no record of your assailant in the Federation database. However, there are records of the Chozo warrior tribe. There is a strong possibility.
Yeah, because the Chozo is usually seen the bird race, that weird bird guy we encountered. They're usually seen as the good guys. They helped raise Samus when she was an orphan. They're responsible for her suit and her weapons and stuff. So one of the big mysteries is, why do when we finally meet the Chozo face to face in the series, it just outright tries to destroy us? Like, that's just crazy.
You have seen the warrior tribe's architecture and artifacts on this planet. I conclude that this was one of their settlements. But why would someone lead you here and send the ME after you? The footage of the X-Parasite may have been staged to lure you in.
So there's no X-Parasite. This was a trap.
The situation remains unclear, but your priority hasn't changed. You must return to
under
the
our
ship.
crash shift. That's the overall goal. That's the goal of pretty much every Metroid game is to eventually turn your
You
ship
have
right the fuck
activated the
out.
magma supply system that has restored power to the closed thermal doors. Seek them
Gotcha.
out to proceed.
I love how they don't tell you an
Continue to search
exact
for the
door.
unique
That would be
energies
so
you
other M.
deploy
It's
against
like
the
if
first
you
enemy.
just find
It
the
is the
doors that you
only way
previously
you
saw.
can confront them. Unfortunately, this energy is limited. You may have noticed it dissipating after an enemy is destroyed. There are 6 remaining enemy hunting you. You have no means to confront them. Remember that.
Thank you. We'll save here and there we go. We need to do that in progress. Same thing here. Okay. Follow the thermal sensor. Down. Oh, gee. Oh, really? Oh, that was some bullshit. What the hell? What was that all about? Oh, fuck. Ran right into one. Oh, Lord. I didn't even think to counter. Holy crap. Ooh, this is going to be one heck of a puzzle here. We have to follow the thermal venting systems, but watch out for those bastards. Here we go again. Now I know we have to watch out for that weird loop thing. Like where to jump and stuff. There we go. Ah, it's coming at the other side. It's still kind of useless. We do have to slide through here. Oh, gee. Still mistimed that. This is so close, pal. I think I lost it now. There we go. Okay. That was a cool pose. That's at Machine Eye. Is this our boss? It's a boss. Okay. Oh, maybe you need to make it shoot at it. Not nice, better. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe missile? I seem to bolt it. Okay. I don't know what to do here. Do I need to make it shoot one of the rings? Try to get it to shoot one of the rings. Or not. What do I do? Game, tell me. Charge shot? Hope we're damaging it. Seems like it's repelling the attack instead. How? So, it has to do something with the... Oh! I have an idea. Let's try deflecting it. Nope, nope, that did not work. That did not work. I'm close to dying. I thought maybe I had to counterattack deflect it or something. I'm about to die. What are you supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Up, died. First time I properly died where your suit explodes and stuff. Grab sequence. Some boss use attack been countered. Charge beam, boss fights. Try to find an opening. I'm trying to think. How do you deal with this thing? There's like a punch from it. I can't shoot at it. I can't deflect any of the beams. I have these things. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. Think the missiles work on it? There we go. Oh boy. I think it just normal hit affected. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe this energy you can use to kill an enemy? Oh, neat. So every time you beat the boss, you get one of those things. That's good to know. Nice. Okay, now I get to kill one of these things. Up the shield. Okay. Can't. That got me out of here. Oh, this thing's pissed off. Working down the wrong corridor. Oh shit! Really? I hit it directly though. Maybe you need to. Oh, I almost got it off. So maybe you need to hit it multiple times. Hi, Blacks and Cybersecurity. We still have no donations yet, but I'm hoping someone donates at least $1 or so towards our charity here. We're trying to raise money. I'm playing the new Metroid Dread game. Did an unboxing with all the toys and everything. We're trying to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. It's going to be our charity for all month. Where again, we're raising money for these charity that supports 10 million children in multiple hospitals across the United States and Canada to make sure that these pediatric care centers are well funded, well staffed, and they have all the equipment and resources that, this was a problem before the plague end times that we're in, and it's even more so now that all the hospitals are being overwhelmed and stuff. So even if we don't meet our $600 goal by November, every little bit helps, and all that money still gets donated. So even if it's under our goal, anything you donate, like the $20 now from Binary Badge, will be donated in. There's multiple ways I said you can donate. I'm going to post a link in the chat. I don't know if anyone from Black Cybersecurity is interested, but that's one way you can donate. Another way you can get to our donation page is the QR code that you can scan, as well as if you're on Twitch, you can scroll below and click the Tiltify widget, because that's the service we use thanks to Child's Play is Tiltify. So we don't even touch this money. It's been handled by a trusted third party, and it's going to go right to sick kids. So, helping them with all of their different issues. So that's what we're trying to do. And I needed to say all that because I needed to take a break from opening this door. So I overheat it, and then charge the beam, and then blow the door open. And then hopefully, I can properly kill this heavy robot, which are these evil, these once good robots that are now evil that have been stalking us. I'm trying to aim it a little bit slower. I think you have to, blow this armor off of it. And then... crap! There we go. Up. I was about to say, maybe that's what you need to do. You have to counter it and then hit it. That might give us a hint of how we actually have to destroy one of these things, because the armor is really strong. Or maybe we just need to blast it, like what we were doing before with this. Oh, I see. So I think what we have to do is it's like what we did with the door. That was the training for it. So I have to shoot it to overeat the armor so the armor blows off. And then we blow it to smithereens. Slightly down. Let's try that. Oh god, they're so creepy when they walk like that. There we go! Nice! Right in its little beady eye. Absorb that energy. So yeah, we'll be streaming for about 45 more minutes, and then I call it a good stream. Even if we didn't get any donations, by the way, I'll be over the moon if someone donates any money to the charity that we're running. Yes! Spider magnet. Oh, that's to hang on those blue doors. So we still don't have the morph ball yet, but we can hang on to anything that's colored blue. That's where we're at in this game right now. But yeah, if I can end the stream with someone donating $1 or $5, in addition to the amazing guests we had on from EFF and the general privacy activist community, as well as just me being happy about this kick-ass game, that would just make this stream worth it. But regardless, I've had so much fun streaming this and kind of seeing my raw reactions for this. And of course, I'm going to be playing this game all weekend in addition to this. So let's at least see how this ability works. So let's attach the blue magnetic surfaces and ceilings to eliminate direction of certain walls to climb like Spider-Man. I'm Batman. I'm Spider-Man. We're best friends. Samus can move and attack while in the state. Okay, so she can do normal move stuff. You have to hold up the ceiling to press against it. Okay. So we don't have the Omega Can anymore, so we can get stock. But now we can get better maneuverability now. See that blue wall? Now we can pop. Now we can do whatever spider thing does. Nice. More maneuverability is always a good thing. Ooh, like a button on the wall. I guess we're gonna need something later for that. door's perfect. Oh boy. That door's perfect. I wonder why there's a blue spot there. No, it's just there. I guess that's the hit enemy or something. Ah, right, dead end. Oh! Wall break. Did spot one too, or no? That the missile tank? We carry more missiles now. We can do 25. Oh, that's clever. That's really clever. This game was so goddamn beautiful. Oh, but still don't have that morph ball yet. But we're getting. What's that thing? Looks like it could be when you get close. I'm not going to attempt to make too much. That weird hallway thing again. Not fast enough to go past. So it either blocks me or I get eaten. I don't know if I want to find out, folks. I think I'd rather save first. Or I can't. Oh, that won't let me. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. There we go. Now we know how to deal with this. That was disgusting. Reminds me of some Arch Linux users I know. That Chozo statue. So big. Oh, I'm gonna fight that evil bastard, aren't I? That Chozo that doesn't like me? Or oh crap! That was that thing where I remember that was kind of invisible? Boss time. Boss squad. How do you fight this motherfucker? Apparently does not not like this. Oh, it has like an after. Oh my god. That's not better. Do you walk out that thing? What are you doing? I know you can probably dodge it or flush it or something. Oh, I see. It looks like it'd be a little breakpoint on it. I'm probably gonna die shortly now. And I missed the reflection, so I died. Gonna probably be streaming for, let's see, it's only 11:12, so 20 more minutes. Oh, crap! Someone did donate. I didn't even notice. Holy crap. Who donated? We're at $40 now. I am now officially a happy person on the stream. Let's just duck in here. Who donated for? Okay, so... Oh, from Black Cybersecurity. Thank you for the $20 donation. I'm so sorry I missed that notification because I'm an idiot. You donated right when I got into boss mode, so... I was not paying attention. Now we have to fight this disgusting bastard again. But he's easier this time. So we're gonna get back to that boss fight again. Okay, so when he does that, I need to be close to him. It's like this flash in his face. Now I kind of know what to do. Oh, I forgot to take it. There we go. Hopefully, it's going to punish with missiles. I can, oh, yeah. Just read that. They were right, the bosses are no joke in this game. Okay, so the charge shots up work too, and I forgot about the gas. Man, these bosses, alright. I gotta step up my game. I have to, I keep talking about I'm a gamer. Doesn't mean I'm good, but that, I've been playing video games since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I need to wake up, step my game. I wish I had some, proper caffeine right now. That gamer fuel. Alright, let's try it again. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. I did it again. I should have went up close and down. Pressing the wrong thing. Oh, this is again. I'm either really tired. Oh, damn it. I'm either probably more tired, but it's probably a combination of I'm tired and getting old. Normally I have way better reflexes than this. Boss actually had some very big tells. I'm being dumb. There we go. I got some more missile stuff back. I guess he's gonna change the attack pattern now. Oh, now he's gonna do physical shit. Okay. So the weak point is now normal shots effective. Wow, the graphics are so good in order to do that. Serve ammo and stuff to do multiple shots. There we go. Alright, now you can't use your dumb freighter shit. What do you want to do now? Oh boy. I guess I have to shoot its ass? Oh! Oh, I see. I don't know what to hit. Alright, this part of the boss is definitely. Right now it's not being affected by anything. Oh, I see. I'm dumb. Now I know what to do when it gets to that point. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, this is sweet. Oh, and you can still shoot while you're in those. That's interesting. Good to know, though. At least now we have a better understanding perhaps of the boss now. So I should be able to, like, I don't know if I'm going to get on this next one, but at least now I know what its patterns are for the most part. So basically, I can shoot the little things it belches for more missiles and shit, and like helps. Dump. And then like, how the pattern here is, there's boss room that's highlighted right there. Boss Orpheus, that's what it's called. Its weak point is its head, missiles and charge attacks. When it what do you call it? If it goes invisible, shoot that glowy thing on its tail. When its ass is facing you, slide underneath it, which will allow it to allow you to do a counter hit and possibly a cool animation. So that all works. And what I didn't know about the animation is you can still shoot and fire while you're in that animation. So now I know to like really save a lot of my ammo for that because that's when it's really weak. Now that we have all of that recon, let's try this. See, everything's already getting easier for me. I'm actually so relaxed at this point that I'm just going to let this cutscene play out. It's really cool. What I want to know is what is that red shit on the floor? Is that like a mineral? Is that blood? What is that? This is a nice atmosphere though. But yeah, as our first real boss, I guess that other one's like a mini boss. Like, I can see what they mean by the boss. Boss. See, and that just gave me the hint about, okay, when it does that slide underneath. So it's kind of interesting that the ribs are exposed. Up to it again. Do it again. That's really when I take hammer again. See, I have more control now. See how fast we got through that compared to when we first started out? Now it's gonna go invisible. Need normal shots for this. Do it again. Now we're going to slide underneath it, and now we know kind of how to do all these types of attacks. It's interesting that it makes a beeping sound like the same way like a machine does. Here we go. Oh, I see now the window for when you're supposed to get that thing. I think you're supposed to jump over when that happens. Or her, I could just be unfortunately generating. Oh boy. Maybe. That's what we were supposed to do. What's this thing? Oh. There we go. There we go. That was a lot of damage. Oh, that was a weird glitch. You saw that? You could have saved what happened there. Jesus. That was just random. There's like this weird knockback that happened. Oh, forgot to jump. Oh, now it's gonna do this step to the belt. Belt again. Let's hit that tail piece again. See, now we have more recognizable patterns that I can work with. Up. There we go. Is he dead? Did I kill it, or did he stop some fighting you? Oh, that's a great shot. Oh. Oh, look how badass she is. Oh. Killing blow. Oh! Wow. Damn, girl, I didn't know you could move like that. Holy shit. You know, it's not a Metroid game until you kill all the wildlife on the planet. And apparently there was a Tesseract from Marvel's Avengers in his tail, which will explain all the abilities. Phantom... Oh, now we can go invisible. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get to a save point if I can. I got upgraded. And once we get to that save point, that's when we're going to end the stream. So between the donation, the amazing speakers, and me being blown away from this game, we're basically near the end of our thing here. Now, even when we're not streaming, you can still donate like Binary Badgers and Blacks and Cybersecurity did. It's just that when you do that, I'm supposed to get notifications, but I was so distracted by that boss, I couldn't do that. And again, we are raising money. Besides fighting crazy bosses like that, we are raising money for the Children's Miracles Network Hospitals, the charity organization that reaches out to various pediatric hospitals across the United States and Canada to make sure those hospitals have staff, that they're paid well, that they're well funded, and that their workers have rights so that they can tend to up to 10 million children across the United States, so featuring all sorts of problems, whether it's mental illnesses, birth deformities, contracted illnesses such as COVID-19, especially COVID-19 now, physical injuries, the whole gambit. You know how kids are, they just get injured and sick all the time, just like adults, except we're even more stupid. So that's what we're trying to raise money for until like the middle of November, like second week of November. And so whether we're streaming or not, and when we're streaming, obviously we know this stuff and we cheer you on like I did when I unfortunately missed his notification. But there's multiple ways you can donate. I'm actually going to post the donation link in chat. So whether you're on Twitch, Live, YouTube, Facebook, or I'm going to say Pinterest. Oh my God, could you imagine if you could stream on Pinterest? Diode Zone. You'll be able to click that link there. You can also scan that QR code in the upper right-hand corner. In fact, because now it's more obscure by the little tiny notification up there, I'm actually going to move the QR code down just a little bit, In the future, the QR code will back to be the normal lower left, but I just put it up there just because there was like text at the bottom that was in the way. And if you're on Twitch, it's super easy. We actually have a widget on the bottom you can scroll through and click on. So yeah, we're near the very end of the stream. Once we get to there, I will thank everyone. We're gonna go rated channel on Twitch, and I'm tired. I'm gonna play more of this game until I pass out. Way after we turn the stream off. But I'm really happy so far, and I'll explain why in a bit. And I'll also explain kind of what the rest of the month looks like as far as the DCG 201. So let's try to get to that save point. But actually, first before we do that, we just got a new ability here. So Phantom Cloak. Sounds like some weird supervillain from like the 70s in DC Comics. But didn't DC have like a live stream thing today? I know there was like new trailers that came out. I don't know what's going on. I'm old. I have no idea. An Aeon ability that renders Samus invisible to enemies by refracting light. Basically, she's now the Predator. She's one ugly motherfucker, as they said in the Predator movie. She can also move silently, a bit at a slower speed. Boy, I'm impressed. So this is where we actually click the sticks. The sticks are actually clickable if you hear it, just like OG Xbox ones. With full Aeon, you press the right button. So you can't use the stick to aim free mode. You have to hold R, but you can use the stick as a button. Come on now. You press the R trigger in to activate, and press again to deactivate, and will slowly be recharged while this Aeon will slowly be consumed while this ability is activated. Moving or firing weapons while activated will consume additional Aeon. When this Aeon has been depleted, the Phantom Cloak will consume energy instead, so it consumes your health. Should you deplete to 1, it will automatically deactivate. After deactivation, Aeon will begin to recharge automatically when Samus makes any actions. The ability cannot be activated again until it's full. Okay, so I can see how they bounce it down and select this is. I have little videos there. I never thought to jump up and do that. That's kind of neat. So that's how you do that with that dead end. Doesn't know that you're there because it's looking for both visuals and sound. You do that, you can sneak by enemies. Oh, I didn't know if you're on lower ledges, you can just pop up like that. That's pretty neat. Okay. We got all that. Well, that's it for this room, I think. No hidden goodies. Awesome. So let's just get the heck out of here. Cutscene? Or no? Okay. Oh, you know what? You notice how these lock up? Okay, I'm curious about something here. Yes! Okay. Now we know how to get through those doors. That's good to know. Fast travel right there. They're based on visual light blueprint. One of these hard things. Come on, blow up. There we go. Ah. I always get hit by the things it shoots out of his butt. Why am I always the butt of every joke in this game, for real? Those weird, like, combo ones. Whoops. Up. There we go. That fast motherfucker. Alright, where else can we go? Let's just start exploring a bit. Eventually we'll get to a save point, and once we get to that save point, I'm pretty good with this stream. I'm gonna get this thing that I rarely get called sleep. That's what I'm gonna try to do after. Well, I'm going to play this game more, but I'm definitely going to sleep. Despite rumors, Side Pocket actually eventually does sleep. It's just with the insomnia he has, it's very hard to sleep. That's an actual fact. Take it, or maybe there's just one-way doors. Come on! There you go. Good job. Right up your butt. Okay, so we've reached the save room, so let's go and save. Woo, what a stream! So I'm going to switch back to face mode here. Go into the menu system. So yeah, this is actually something. See the QR code move. This has actually been something I've been wanting to do for like a year and a half at DCG 201. Well, we tried to do this when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, but which again, as Sirius pointed out, was hilarious because we basically tried to run it on a computer that came out the year the game was announced, which means we basically ran the Nintendo 3DS version of Cyberpunk 2077. But even though I heard about how terrible it was beforehand, really hit to us how glitchy, buggy, and optimized when we did that. And what sucked was we had 1 billion people on there, and they were donating money and everything, but we just never got the game ran. We got it running like the last couple of minutes of the live stream, and it was like going at like the Ocarina of Time on Nintendo 64 had a better frame rate than what this game was running on. And I know people would add high-end PCs, as you've seen with the Crowbar Cat videos, where it was just glitched. So, like, that was us trying to do it the first time last year, and it was a goddamn mess, just like Cyberpunk 2077 was. And so I was like, when I saw that one of my favorite games was getting a sequel, and that was about robots stalking a poor woman. I mean, she's kick-ass. We just killed that freaking alien being. But when I saw that, I was like, yeah, not only could I live stream that, but unfortunately that I've been cyberstalked before. A lot of my friends who just happen to be femme-identifying people, that definitely happens that to them 1 million times a day. So I was like, let's bring on people who have experience with being stalked and preventing being stalked, and who look out for various privacy and digital hygiene on the internet, whether it's using like Facebook or IoT devices or Chrome browsers, like hear what they have to say about bots stalking you while robots are actually stalking me playing the game. I thought that'd be a cool way to tie it. And yeah, not only did the stream go well, like once Ciricel did his whippity boppity boo magic on the older capture card, it's been working. Honestly, this has worked as good as the other one we had. So now we have options thanks to him, because Ciricel is the only reason why anything runs around here. Jack too, he does a lot of the infrastructure stuff. Which is the other co-founder. But yeah, so not only did the stream, the capture stuff went well once we got it working, and we had an amazing lineup. Again, thanks for the folks out there at EFF. Thank you. I have their names listed here. Take this out of this mode. Go back in time. I'm going to screw up his last name. So thank you. I'm just going to call him Matthew. Thank you, Matthew, for being on here from the EFF, as well as Nash from the EFF, from being as part of being the Electronic Frontier Alliance. We interact with these folks all the time. They're awesome. For some reason, they think we're fun to be around, and we do good stuff, apparently. And, we try. And so it's great having them on. And just as a reminder, EFF is at EFF.org. I'm actually going to once again put their website in chat. And also thanks to TechLore and their privacy advocacy on YouTube and other social media. So you should check out their main website here at techlore.tech, which is kind of like saying ATM machine in my opinion, but it's a cool site. And then the New Oil for coming on with all of their privacy policy statements and activism, and you can find them at thenewoil.org. I'm going to put their website in the chat. And again, if you want to know about us, you can reach out to, just clicked on the wrong thing. You can reach out to us at defcon21.org. Speaking of Ciricel, he also codes and maintains that website, so yay for him on that. And again, another thing that is the only thing that runs around here. You can also follow us and contact us on social media. I can't wait to read the responses on our Twitter, which is at defcon201nj, and on Instagram, it's just defcon201. And unfortunately, we didn't get to Mastodon, but we're going to put the recap video there later and thank people. And if you want, we have some of our social media stuff on our website, but if you want a whole master list, there it is at the link tree. And last but not least, once again, this was a special stream that was just only for me, but we did this just for charity. But we're going to be live streaming again next Sunday. That will be on the October 24th at 8 p.m. will be Master of Unlocking, where I get to teach lock stuff. And actually, the day before that, on the 23rd, I'll be doing Crypto Baron. So this upcoming next Saturday and next Sunday, you're going to catch me back-to-back live streams on 2 different subjects. So we'll still be trying to raise funds again for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals to help sick kids across America and Canada. We're going to get that stuff going. And again, even if we don't meet the $600, and right now we have $40, which again, thank you for Binary Badger and the people at Blacks in Cybersecurity for donating that so far, as our last Incent reward goes off. Even if we don't make that, it's going to be handled by Tiltify, third party, trusted source, and that will all go to these hospitals to get better equipment, to pay their staff better, to hire new staff, So that way, kids being affected by COVID-19, kids that have mental illnesses or physical injuries or all the crazy stuff goes on with life, that they can be helped, and that we have those kids eventually grow up to be cool hackers and privacy advocacies, and we can prevent people, organizations like Facebook and TikTok and the United States government from infringing more on our privacy and digital rights. So if you do want to donate, even not during the stream, one last time, and I just posted the wrong link again. Hold on. But I am about to post the link that goes directly to our to the charity. You still have time to scan that QR code, or you can watch the video again if you're on repeat for this, or go to our sorry, my brain died, Twitch, in order to donate. We're also going to, after today, we're also going to post this donation link in our link tree. So in the future, when you go to look up our link tree to select which streaming service you're going to watch our shows on, and we might even have one or two more specials before the end of the charity run here. We're working on that. Yeah, we're going to have even more ways so that we'll be able to donate for the good cause. So again, thank you for all the special guests that came on, TechLore, New Oil, and EFF for being on. Thank you for Binary Badger and Blacks in Cybersecurity for getting us to $40. I know that $600 still seems so far away, but trust me, it always goes really slow in the beginning, and then right before we end the charity stream, tons of people donate $1 bills, and someone drops like $1 million at the last second, and it's all great. And this was just an awesome stream. Because this works so well compared to Cyber Stupid 2077, this is the only game we're going to play this year for charity stuff as well as for education. But I'm looking forward to, I already have some ideas for some games next year, literally starting in January, that we're going to play the day they come out and have really cool other hackers and tech activists on talking about their subjects that also relate to that game. So this basically proves to me that while it's not going to be like an ongoing series like this happens every week, you will be seeing more of these type of video games for charity, live streams while learning about deep hacker and tech policy stuff in the future. So I'm really excited. This was awesome. I got everything I wanted during the stream, except for sleep, but I'm going to get that soon. Anyhow, if you are on Twitch, stick around. We are going to look up to see who's online while you listen to the crazy music, and we're going to raid another channel, so you'll be redirected to someone else. Could be related to tech. Someone could be knitting something. There could be some weird VTuber. Could be cryptocurrency news. It could just be pure code. We don't know what you're going to be forward to, but hey, part of the joy of life is trying to find out. And yeah, I think we did a good job there, Luigi, right? So again, thank you for watching this live stream. We're going to have more announcements coming. We're going to have more meetings. Their next meeting, by the way, is going to be in November on the 19th. We will be back at Subculture. We should have a really cool theme that hopefully we can announce in a week or two for that. And again, you can catch me next Saturday and Sunday, one for Crypto Barons and the other where we look at cryptocurrency and blockchain technology as technologies at 8 p.m. on next Saturday. And then next Sunday, not tomorrow, next Sunday, will be Master of Unlocking, where we're going to look at more lock security stuff. And I'll be making both of those announcements later on this week. So thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for the donations, especially Binary Badger and Black Security. Thank you for our guests. Thank you for watching me. If you're on Twitch, stay tuned. We're going to raid someone. Thank you to all the folks who watched and followed us out there on Twitch, Live, YouTube, as well as, sadly, Facebook, awesomely Diode Zone, and Elite Hackers on Tour. I'm going to go make dinner, and you're going to, if you're on Twitch, you get to go watch a raid. If you're on something else, you can go through our YouTube or past episodes on DLive and check all of that out. Thank you, Fractal. I guess you watched the whole thing. God, man, we die a lot from this. And just, you're a beautiful figure, you Emmy, but I hate you, okay? So, as I said before, that's it. We hope to see you for future stuff that we'll announce. Catch us if you're subscribed, you'll get notifications. Hack the Planet, Dirty Jersey represents, and remember, we are raising money for sick kids. We're trying to, again, I'm going to post the link one last time in the chat. It's night, by the way, Fractal. Trying to raise money for sick kids, unlike this bastard who deserves all the missiles in the face. See you next time. Enjoy the music. If you're on Twitch, say hi to the person we're raiding. Yay! Awesome stream. Bye-bye.
is running through my veins. It's hard to. I don't know if I'm thinking wrong. The thought of you, it's getting stuck in the middle of this long, long road. Past all these years, you give me chills. And now it's time to be free. We got a story to share with the world. This is just to breathe. When we go through all of these adventures, yeah, you and me are filled with joyous pleasure. I like the way you describe passion.